What do you mean about that?
About what?
Last time in Echoes of Mesona. So we had a short session because of my cut and everything, which is doing better for everyone who wasn't here when I mentioned it before. Short session, you guys basically went to the Kellen household and took a long rest. However, in the interim, the conversations that went about, the discussions, you guys discovered multiple things. One of which was that Kanori has reiterated or realized in full that that Xian Wei is not necessarily evil. He had seeked out a certain end to something that he described as a world order, and in so doing had done something to himself that acts like you guys have discovered possibly similar to what Raoden's done in weaponizing the Aeltris, right? And in his case, it was the Stygian seal. So in so doing, making himself almost like lose himself in that process. So he ends up getting himself killed because of that, and Raoden seems to be on a similar path at this point, seeking out to do something for the world at large, destroying something probably in a similar manner, but not necessarily actively evil. Now, that discussion had come up because you guys were deciding whether you guys would take a rest or go in to try to stop said resurrection of Xian Wei. That Yu Jiwan, the Blue Spider, and her associates are planning on hosting. Now, you guys discussed multiple things, and then the option of Bright Eye Venom was brought up as well for Karhale to take to try to scry on the different characters at large. And presently, she has 2 scry left, as she used one on seeking out Yuji 1. She passed the save, though. And then 2, she used on Aren to check in just to make sure that the save was safe. It was not safe, as she discovered. As the sun was starting to dawn, she could see that the graveyard on the far side of the city was turned up with all kinds of undead risen out of those graves, waiting for a specific moment to attack, though she wasn't sure why they would not attack under darkness, because that would have been probably the best way to attack a city and completely wipe them out while they were sleeping, right? But they had not attacked yet. She was only able to visualize the scene for a few seconds, for a couple minutes, though it felt like longer out and about. And you guys were able to, the seer was able to send a warning through Merrick to the military to get them kind of moving on that. Now, beyond that, let's see, other things. So you guys identified the armor. You guys were basically figuring out that Achelon's servant Emilios wasn't necessarily a betrayer of their household. Kanari was not able to ascertain exactly the information because he blocks her out, but Karhale's insight was able to garner the idea that they probably have figured out the problem of the traitor in the house at this point. Now, let's see. Double check. Emilios. Okay, so Emilios basically transported you guys away, and he's not going to be able to take. He's going to. And he's going to be able to bring you guys back here, and that was the intention. The seer was planning on also returning along with Jaskier, and Jaskier had offered to help you guys, though he was intending to also go to sleep and take a twinning dream so that he could contact Lorkai just to check in on the family, make sure that things were okay. Now, let's see. You guys were taking your long rest. That's a 4-hour long rest. Yeah. So that's basically what happened last time.
Wait, why 4?
Because you guys took the tea. chamomile.
Chamomile.
I'm no elf.
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Mamalay.
It goes by different names in different countries.
The
But
pronunciation.
yeah. So you guys were able to take the shorter rest based on that. Now you guys would be waking up 4 hours past dawn here around 9ish. However, before you guys get that long rest, which I know you guys already were intending to take it, so you guys might still take it. So the way the rooms are set up right now, we have Kanari with Inala, Karhale in her own room, and then Shai with Kanari and Inala, right?
But Kanari was sleeping on the side of the floor that was closest to Karhale's room, that is up against theirs.
Yeah.
So she was sleeping closest to that wall just to try to see if she heard, if anything, went down in Karhale's room, she would hopefully hear it,
Mm-hmm.
And the teddy bear is definitely blocking the door from opening in case someone tried to. So
Yes, the teddy bear given to Kanari, right?
Oh yeah, the little guy. Forgot about him.
Yeah, Shai gave Kanari a teddy bear.
Yeah,
He thought he
Kanari was very
didn't want her to be lonely.
as to the concept, but
I did text you
And
the
she
name.
Yes.
he gave her the
If you
teddy
want-
bear, and she still didn't want to sleep with him. It was terrible.
Wow.
So cruel, so
Her
hard.
heart is so
sometimes.
hardened.
oh my.
It's too
But in
far
the middle
gone.
of the night, there is a knock on your door, Karhale, that wakes you up out of your long rest. Not that you're going to have to retake it. If you go back to sleep almost directly after, you should be fine.
Okay. I'll open the door.
It kind of swings open, no squeaking. It's a very well-kept house. And you see Jaskier there, full gear, all ready to go, actually. Boots on, clothing, hood up, mask started. And you see the seer behind him at his shoulder. Same thing, full gear, mask up, all that. And she goes, I told him not to wake you up. We could have just left a note. And he's like, I'd rather just tell you in person. I spoke with Lord Kai over Twinning Dreams, and she told me that the city's being overrun not by undead. The undead were distraction. They attacked in the morning once the light was up, and that we could see them. They attacked, and there were Dao behind the village attacking from the back. The city is presently under siege. We're going to help. And I'm going to try to make sure that I get my grandma and my sister out. And she goes, and I know a few people down there that I need to make sure are safe too, and he goes, we're going now. Emilio's told us that he has a scroll that might allow us to teleport to a place we can describe to him, even if he hasn't been there before. So we're going to go do that now. Do you want to come with us? You don't have to. He can still take you teleportation circle after.
I can't. I have to. What Yuji-wan has, my life is kind of dependent on it.
And he nods and he goes, you've told him about this curse, right? He goes, okay, so then there's a little bit of confusion, but he nods and he goes, all right, I understand that you had a previous mission already, no worries.
No.
Something I need to take care of for my family.
If it were my choice, I'd be going with you. But you said I would be insane to, come to a country that I have no business being in, that don't know the language. I didn't choose to come here.
And he's about to say something else, and you see the seer shake his shoulder. Come on, Jess, lover boy, we gotta go. And she goes, we'll see you on the other side. And she starts rushing down the hallway.
Well,
And
what?
he nods, turns to you, Karhale, and he goes, stay safe. And he runs. You hear their steps retreating back in the direction that the servants had led you guys from, back probably to meet up with Emilios so that Emilios can transport them. So I'm going to roll for them. Yes, Izzy?
In the past, hasn't Lady Lusitania been in the cities that have been being overrun at the time? Or no, is that not a pattern we've noticed?
Well, in this case, you guys haven't experienced a pattern of that ilk yet, since the attack on the Sienna household had been through a creature that she owned, and then a monster that she owned, and then the attack here on the city. You're not sure if she has been within the city because you guys haven't heard or you guys haven't been able to scry on her successfully yet.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that Nide had the Aeltress and was not out of our sight for that long and got rid of it, he probably didn't get all the way across the country and hand it off to her or somewhere, you know? Agreed.
That would be a genuine assumption. Also, the fact that he was so the period of time that separated you guys from Nide when he initially escaped and then re-met with you guys in the ethereal base, attacking the ethereal base, the amount of time there would be able to challenge the idea that he even got back to their base. He probably encountered Jinyan and then went to the ethereal base immediately. So the only one, that would be the assumption, more so.
So,
So in theory, if what's it called? Nide had not had the Aeltress, it was probably with Jinyan.
You're messing with me. You're joking. None of us would have noticed that.
It didn't happen. I had added some descriptions into the thing that were like implied things, but it's also not something that would be genuinely obvious unless he was wearing it outside of his body.
And our scars didn't respond to the Aeltress, did they? I can't remember if that was a thing.
No.
That would be too convenient.
Only thing that really was a response to the visual of the Aeltress is the wisdom saving throw to looking at it and being drawn in by it. However, you guys didn't have that reaction when it was attached to Neek.
Yeah.
To Thynegus.
Okay.
So anyway, where was I? Yeah, and so Jaskier and the seer steps disappearing down the hallway. Emilios as their end goal there, and he's going to teleport them out. Now for teleportation, not that Karhali would necessarily know this, but I'm going to roll for them to see if a mishap happens, because there is the chance that it would, because Emilios... He goes... Before he left, by the way, Karhali, when he said, "We're going to help," he had also mentioned that, or he said, "We're going to help and see if the Ati will help," kind of thing. That's their intention. They're going to the Ati to try to convince them to stop the Dao from this massacre, basically. And they're retreating steps and stuff.
Adahianu. He might help you.
He stops at the end of the hall where it turns into a T and he's about to turn left. He turns back and he goes, "Adahianu, I think I met him. But we've had dealings with the Ati. They owe us." And he goes, "Hopefully they'll owe us enough for this." And he stalks down the hallway. Do you run after him? No.
You could tell him about my friend. Tell him.
I don't know about your friend. She doesn't know about your friend.
She does. He's my friend. Just tell him to look for Shy's friend.
Okay. So, you stay kind of in the threshold, like watching him disappear. Do you step back inside and go back to bed?
I'm gonna take a couple steps after him and just yell down the hall after him. Just wait a minute, a second.
You hear the seer respond. So the shout actually at this point wakes probably Anala, Shy, and Kanari, because a shout down the hallway would probably be enough to kind of like
Try to
shake
sleep.
sleep. So keep in mind, if you guys don't go to sleep within, we'll say probably like 10 minutes, you guys will lose the effects of the shorter long rest here. However, you guys all kind of like get shaken awake by a shout of, "Wait, just a minute, hold on," and you guys can stumble out of bed or go back to sleep, up to what you guys think your characters would do. And the seer does call back to you, Korhale, also in a shout, and she goes, "There's no time. They're attacking now. We have to go. Come on!" And she's like, you still hear the booking down the hallway.
I'll just try to catch up to him because I'm
Okay. You guys hear boom, 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 and you see not see, but you guys hear the footsteps running after down the hallway here. So Karhala, you take off, you take down, you take that left like he took, and you see them disappearing around a far corner, and you kind of like sprint, rush up behind them. And you catch up easily enough. They're both not as fast as you are. So they're running, and he looks back at you askance, like, "Wait, you're coming with us?"
No, but it's a long story and I'm gonna have to tell you another time. And I'm gonna grab his hand, put it in his palm, sending stone that I had gotten.
Oh. And he looks at it kind of like surprised as you guys are running and everything. And he goes, "Thanks. Okay." And he tucks it away.
Don't
And
get
he
yourself
goes, say it again.
Try not to get yourself killed. Okay.
And he kind of like bumps you on the shoulder as you guys are taking another turn down this hallway here. And you guys see Emilio stepping into the room from before, who is presently kind of like all shaken and everything, having been woken up without any sleep really. And he goes, he bumps shoulders with you a bit, and he goes, "You too. Be careful down there. And don't take any unnecessary risks like the bright eye venom again. I'll be around to make sure it doesn't hurt you."
What?
He goes, "I won't be around to make sure it doesn't, the effects don't hurt you."
I've survived this long without you. And I'll stop keeping pace with them.
And they kind of, they run into the room where Emilios is in, and he kind of turns back, and there's like a low, like little acknowledgement salute.
I tried to catch the seer's eye for just a second.
She's not looking behind. She's very much forward focused at the moment. And you see Emilios start explaining the spell as he starts to move his hands. Kind of, you barely see him through the door and everything. If you step up, you would, but like you can partially see his body. And he goes, "Based on the description you gave, I will be able to send you in that direction, but this magic is a little bit more experimental, or a little bit more unstable." And he goes, "Hopefully nothing bad happens." And he like this weird, awkward little chuckle and stuff as the magic starts to build and swirls around them. And you hear the seer respond to that. And she goes, "A little chaos doesn't hurt anyone." And then they disappear. And I'm going to roll for them to see if any mishaps happen. Okay, so they disappear, and you are left alone at the end of this hallway here. Kanari and Nola Shy, did you guys get up to go explore and discover what was going on?
No.
I
hear Karhale and what's her boyfriend's name?
Jaskier.
I'm like, and then roll back over.
I'll probably get up and open the door and see if I see anything. But if I don't see her, then I'll just
What a people
Carly's
bomb
like
you are.
turning back around the corner
In my mini
and
ball.
back to her room.
She looks dead on her feet.
Kanara's standing behind and all like rubbing her eyes and still clutching this teddy bear and like, you guys have to have this love feud, whatever, in our 4-hour rest. We're not even getting that much rest. Like, can we do this later?
Give them a rest, Kanara. They haven't seen each other in a while. They gotta let it all out now before they're apart for another like 5 months.
Just hang it out in one of the other 20,000 rooms this place has.
They left.
What?
Oh, you heard that? My bad.
Who's they?
The seer and Jaskier left.
I knew it. I'm gonna kill one of them. Stupid. What? I mean, they've been traveling together. You think, like, I mean, I knew one of them was probably like a bit sleazy. So
Statistically,
Went to go help Eren. It's under siege.
goody two shoes. Somehow worse. Wait. So what's going on exactly? They went to go help who?
Eren. The city.
Do we
At this
know
point, I'll get
where?
up and roll over and grumble and get up.
I'm going back to sleep.
But I just got up.
They ran like the last place they need to destroy.
Wait,
Yeah,
you're
Why
destroying
didn't we
Eren?
go help them? Not let it get destroyed? I mean, the capital city's already toast.
Well, I mean, we could have if you guys had, I don't know, maybe said something 2 seconds ago.
What's
We
happening?
weren't
Eren's
awake
being
2
destroyed?
seconds.
What's happening?
Look, we need to finish getting our rest. And we're gonna kill some immortals tomorrow, all right?
Woohoo!
Woo!
If we can find them. We
It's
have a
all the
great
same to
track
you.
record for that one.
What? So Eren's being destroyed? What happened?
Well, not if they can help it.
Lady Titania sucks, okay? That's all. She just destroys everything. So,
Just
you
the
know,
worst.
It's all the same
as
to
a
you.
side-
I'm going back to bed.
oh, Atoll is probably with Karhale in her room, right?
I think cannot
I
Karhale
had
alone.
gone alone.
Yeah, you had gone alone. Okay, so then Atoll has her own room at the edge, and she's also popped the door at this point, and she was kind of just watching in silence. She goes, to be honest, Eren, they're probably not going to benefit from us being there as much as the whole group of Ati if they can actually get them to go.
Right, but what if Lady Lusitania, it doesn't matter at this point. We'll just hope that she's still in whatever the capital name of this country I live in is.
Call.
No, what's
Eralt. Eralt.
Eralt.
You can just call it the capital.
The capital.
Everyone good? Cool.
Yeah.
Going back to bed.
I feel like we're losing a game. We're not even apart. It's fine. Good night.
So as you guys all go back to bed, kind of more unsettled this time. It takes a few more minutes to get back into the groove of sleep, to fall back asleep after that adrenaline rush there for you, Karhale. But it is dreamless for the most part. Kanari, you do see another world like you normally do. And in this dream, there's a moment of you just eating dinner with another family, small, 2 parents and you. And Ty seems happy. You feel the happiness ebbing off of Ty and a purple sky outside the window. So as you guys wake up again in a couple hours, it is now 9 p.m. A.m. It's right outside, The 4 hours got you to about 9ish here, and do you guys have anything that you guys want to prepare before you guys head out to Emilios, or discuss before you guys head out to Emilios?
Not now.
Oh yeah. Well, Emilios might, in theory, already be back because he was just dropping them off.
No, I was saying I don't have anything to discuss with anyone now.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. But yeah, there was this encounter. But basically, what happened with the Dao, and you guys might discover in more detail later, is that the undead were there as a baiting of the hook, in a sense, because the Dao have always been nearby the Aren village, and when they saw these undead at the gates of Aren, they took that as the opportunity it was to attack the city on both flanks. Or on both sides. But yeah. So Druid War still going. But hopefully the Yahtzee can come in and try to convince the Dao to back down or help protect the city. Either which way. Hopefully they made it to the Yahtzee in the first place. So
I feel like Lady Lusitania is playing a game of chess, and we're playing checkers, and we're just not getting the complexity, and it's
that may be a factor.
Okay. Well, Kanari's gonna stock up on some of that good kush. No, that green chamomile tea. And she doesn't have any coffee on hand, so I will see if they have coffee that I can stick in my couch. She thinks it's kind of but hey, it has its own unique uses, I suppose.
Gets the job done.
You said coffee and some more chamomile.
Chamomile, yeah. Chamomile tea.
How many more of the chamomile?
If they have like 6 to 8, I'll take it, but I'll take whatever they give me.
I will roll to see how much they have on hand. They only have 2 portions on hand, unfortunately.
I will take it if they're okay.
I would say probably you guys cleared them out for the most part with the last night. So they hand you those 2 remaining for free because you guys are guests of sorts. And as you guys return to the main room where Emilios would in theory be, you guys get there and you guys see on a desk, you see Emilios folded over, just like kind of sleeping on his side there. And a servant is at kind of near the doorway here as you guys enter, goes, "Oh, are you all ready to make your way out?"
Yeah.
All right, I will wake the head mage. Would you guys like anything before you go? Any preparations that our servants can get you? Or do you guys need to go immediately?
I mean,
You have any cool experimental spells that he's been testing?
Not that I know of. I'm not his apprentice. His apprentice is elsewhere.
I mean, if you have any potions you're wanting to get rid of, healing or Baka.
Well, there's nothing that we want to get rid of. However, so no.
What she means is there anything we can take, please, that will be useful for us? Out of the goodness of your rich hearts.
Let's see. I'll roll for him.
Well,
and he goes,
I mean,
"You guys are going into battle, yes?"
yeah, to save lives. No big
I don't
deal.
look this pretty just to stand around, so.
He goes, all right, then I did prepare something just in case you guys thought the need to ask for it. Or ask for our help. He turns around and he goes to grasp a little box, and he pulls out, and you guys hear the ting 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 of vials and stuff. He pulls out 3 little vials, comes over, and he hands you guys 3 healing potions, and he goes, just in case you need them, of course. Keep in mind that the Echelon household helped you in a time of need, and that this may come in handy later on for the Echelon household to call upon. Who are you people? The High Mage Emilios told us that you were known as the Shadow's End, or something.
Yeah, we pulled Patronus out of the rubble, so we did all the heavy lifting for
saving the end.
True. We did
Yeah, we also got the Eltress.
And somebody
Holly stomps on his foot.
Wait, what? We did. That was us, right?
But I hope all of you will have a safe trip and no one dies this time. He turns around and walks over to Emilios.
we're going to kill people. I hope someone dies. Like kind of like shakes her head like, who is this guy?
He turns around and kind of cocks his head and squints his eyes, but he finishes waking Emilios, and Emilios, yes, I'm up. Okay, let us do this. And he gets up. The circle's been drawn, and he gets down, starting to set it up.
Quick question.
Head looks up.
The ethereal agents, did they make it there to the Ati?
And he kind of like a little bit of a twitch there, and he goes, unfortunately, the description was not strong enough for me to get them there without trouble. Hold on, actually, I need a roll for this.
Oh, Cheerio.
This is fine.
Let's see.
It's okay. You can still love Jaskier with just 2 arms, or I mean, just 1 arm and a leg.
Is that the kind of trouble that would happen with teleportation spells?
Let me see. Teleportation spells, yeah, you normally have to roll for them.
No. I was more worried about, like, I don't know, getting deposited in the middle of the freaking ocean or something.
Oh, that's possible too.
Most definitely. So basically he rolled low and there was a mishap. The magic itself kind of twisted itself while it was twisting around them and everything. So he's explaining this to you guys. They appeared where they were trying to go, within a clearing in the Atsi tribe somewhere that they described to him, and he was able to get them there. And he goes, however, in landing there, with this looser understanding, even though I was able to get them there, the magic itself, it hurt. That's the first experience that I had with it. And you can see that his body is really weak right now. He looks really rough, so to speak. Like it's almost like damaged, but it's not physical kind of thing. Psychic damage almost. And there's like a little bit of wiped away blood on his face from his nose and everything. And he goes, they were worse for wear already, without a longer rest to try to heal some of their wounds. The Buttercup was his name or something. The alias that he used, the Buttercup, passed out upon landing, but the Ati were there to help, so they were all right. All around, not a bad trip. Let's go.
Would you say if like we got through and didn't pass out that we are stronger than Buttercup?
This is a different spell. This is something I'm a lot more comfortable using, as well as since there is a responding teleportation circle on the other side of this, that I am aware of, the spell itself will have no trouble. You will be safe.
So that's a yes?
Yes.
Okay.
And so he starts to activate the spell here, and you guys see it glow, and then a portal open up over the circle itself, and he goes, go in. And he's going to stay. He doesn't have to go through himself, so he's going to stay on this end.
I'll give him a wave as I walk through.
You disappear. The rest of you guys go.
Yeah, I guess.
And all of you guys close your eyes on the Perpulian city out this window here, and the beautiful dawn as it reflects off of the brilliant buildings. Like everything seems to be made out of marble or something somewhat reflective, that the light seems so much more dramatic in this city. And then you guys open your eyes in the heat, the kind of dank heat of the sewer system within, the temple that's down near the sewers, near the catacombs here, deep below this capital city of Aralt. As you guys open your eyes and step back out into this area, you guys are immediately greeted by one down figure and one standing figure of Sidri and Jingyi. Jingyi being the corpse on the table, and Sidri kind of still sitting next to him, somewhat unmoved, but has fallen asleep, sitting next to this table here, leaned up against it. And as you guys appear here, he wakes up from the sounds and the change in energy of the space here. The door has been barred and barricaded, and as you guys stumble out, you guys can hear sounds on the other side of the door here.
What kind of sounds?
Roll me perception check. And Sidri goes, I tried to contact Han Guanjun. He never answered. I don't know what's going on, but he wouldn't want me to go after him. And if you guys go down there, I'm gonna keep an eye out for him.
I mean, we were kind of going down there to find him, so yeah, we'll keep an eye out for him.
They kind of he looks over at the body, and there's just, his face is just ashen, like the shift in his like normally appearing kind of human skin shifts down to this like dark, like he's dropping this shape shift change here, and you just see the pale Oni sitting on the ground and everything with his face entirely ashen here. And he nods and he goes, "Good luck. I'll wait here for..." And he kind of looks behind you, expecting maybe more. And he goes, "Didn't they say they were going to return?"
Yeah, they did. New priorities.
He nods.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's all right.
We'll get him back.
So you guys just gonna sit here while we go save your leader guy?
He stands and he goes, "I would go with you, but I don't want to chance that something or someone might stumble in here and destroy his body."
Ooh. Oh, did they not raise him from the dead? For some reason, I thought they raised him from the dead. Oof.
She only had a couple of the raise dead spells at the ready, and she hasn't taken long rest, so she doesn't even have access to it yet.
Oh,
But the seer, yeah. So she still doesn't have access to it. But in theory, you guys have heard that Mirok and the angel are somewhere, just not here.
Thea did say that the angel is particularly good at resurrections. Yeah. So, there is someone else in the city that we might be able to... If she's alive, we could possibly get her to help us.
All right. We'll wait here, though, and I'll make sure to protect his body. Good luck on what you guys are doing. And, be careful. Hango is pretty powerful. If he was... Well, just be careful. He sits back down, kind of slumps against the table here. And the sounds, Shy, what was your perception check?
This is perception with ears, right?
Yes.
Oh,
8.
did you call for a perception check, or did he just ask to make one?
He asked what the sounds were, so I called for a perception check.
I didn't even hear you say that. Can Kanari also listen to the sounds?
Yeah. So Shy, you can't really discern what it is. It sounds like shuffling of some sort. But you're not really sure what that could mean or what it means at all. Kanari?
26.
26. So you do grasp as you see Shy kind of walk over to the door that's been barricaded here, putting his ear up against it, and he's kind of squinting, and then you standing far away from the door, you're kind of like just close your eyes and focus on the sounds beyond. And you can hear groaning and the sounds of shuffling feet. It sounds like undead on the other side of this door.
Dang, okay. Well. Yeah, there's probably some more undead fellows right out there. Is this the way we're going?
I'd rather not waste our energy on it if we can avoid it. We're going down below, yes?
Is that the door that we're listening to? The one that goes further down?
Looking to Sijui, you said you know the direction Hangwonjun went.
He goes, there's 2 tunnels that lead up into this temple from below and from beyond this area. One tunnel makes its way to the sewers from a different angle. The stairs takes you directly upwards to the sewers closest to the level, to the surface level, and this exit from the temple area takes you beyond to the other sides of the sewer system. And then the other one leads you down into the crypts to a hole that leads you to the crypts. Apparently. We haven't gone down there, but that's the one Hangwonjun took.
Is that the one that currently has undead on the other side of it?
Well, you guys are in the room that's outside of that main temple area where you guys fought with Jenyen and Knight and such. You guys are in a room behind that's at the top of the altar. This probably used to be some sort of ritual room for religious rituals and such, and being used as kind of like the magic room and everything. So he's referring to the hallway that Jenyen disappeared down. The one that Jenyen disappeared down into is the hallway that leads to the rest of the sewer system, and the hallway that he's referring to, Sijui right now, is referring to that Hangwonjun took is the opposite one.
Okay. So, we go down?
We go down.
Yeah.
But the zombies are presently right outside this room. So you guys will have to get through them initially. They probably were sent in lieu of to make sure that there's no one else here to cause trouble.
A good
Am I-
wall would take care of them. Oh.
Am I able to, if I can
What?
hear them, am I able to tell if there's a lot of them? Or I
For
can't really.
Kanari, she can definitely she definitely collects figures out that there is going to be a good amount. There's like, give or take, there's a little bit more than 15.
Okay.
So, Shy will fight the zombies. Everyone else can go for it.
Keep in mind,
There we
you
go.
guys knew that sneaking past like a horde of them wasn't necessarily too hard on you guys, as long as you guys were like, like pushing through and passing them, right? As long as you guys were dodging. Sometimes something might still get you, but for the most part, you guys came out unscathed last time you guys encountered a group of zombies like this.
Might get ya.
We should set them on fire again.
Karhale pulls out 2 bottles of liquor. That's what I got these for.
Also, edges of the walls seem to have that liquid, that like weird substance just on the walls that you guys had discovered was flammable.
Blasting jelly?
Hear me out. We get through, and as we get out of the, where it's flammable,
Wouldn't
So the
that-
outside this door has got that drippy stuff?
Well, from what you guys remember, the big room was a big rectangle, and on the walls themselves, there was this drippy stuff. Some of the floor had gotten it as it was kind of like pulling on the sides of the room, not quite at the center necessarily, but there is flammable substances on all the walls.
So it would kill Zhengwei or whatever his name is.
No, they're in a different room.
no, different. Room.
Yeah, they're in a different room, separate room. However, the smoke inhalation may.
Ooh,
Or collapsing the tunnel.
maybe not.
Possible.
I say we just make a run for it and dodge them boys.
Atol's gonna go, okay, we're gonna be doing this. Okay. Hey, before we go, just know we've got each other, and this is gonna go great. And she grabs her little holy symbol here. It glows a bit, and then the energy shoots out to all of you guys. And she's gonna give you guys aid.
Ah,
Wow.
Second level spell. And so for aid, you guys add 5 points to your hit point maximum. 5 HP.
temporary.
No, this is actually to your hit point max, I'm pretty sure, but temporarily, I thought. It might be just temporary. You're not wrong. Let me just double check.
Get
It's just for the duration of the
It
spell.
is.
I'm
It
pretty
is.
sure.
He is to your hit point
Oh,
maximum.
Hit point maximum.
But it's-
Current hit
it's a
points increase for
temporary
5.
But
for
it's
the
just for
It is a temporary thing for 8 hours. So for the next 8 hours,
Gotcha.
Did
We'll
we,
make
after resting, did we get our max HP
Yes,
back? We did. And half our hit
and
dice?
half your hit dice.
Okay. Perfect. Just wanted to make sure.
Well, wait. What are you talking about? Soul damage? Or are you
All of
talking
our
about-
pizzazz.
No, she's just talking about like the hit points,
Yeah.
regular hit points.
And then, so keep in mind too that Kanari no longer has soul damage. Karhali still does, and Shai has new soul damage. And I don't
No,
think.
I have 2 points of soul damage.
Oh, you do because you took the miasma. Yeah. Okay. So you guys have soul damage. Soul damage. The only one who's not damaged soul wise is Anala, and then okay. So then that casts that spell, and then she goes, "Okay, I think we're good to go."
I think Karhali and I should run first because I think we can take the most swipes as we run by, and then you guys can follow along, and it might not
Mhm.
swipe as you as much. Oh yeah, you like you think you're like you was like squishy Nemo.
Or you know,
You can,
maybe
you
me
can do
and-
your little disengage.
maybe me and Shy can go.
That's fine. I'm just thinking I'm quick. I'm speedy, but that's fine. You guys do it. You guys rage or whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not gonna do that now.
Yeah, I don't really think that raging is the best for sneaking around.
Okay. Well, we're not. We're gonna. I mean, we're really just right down. There's not really a good way to sneak through them, is there? They're like standing
Nope,
right.
we're
on top.
plowing through.
We're just running through.
Yeah, you guys are just running through.
Yeah, we're not like don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So I've
Yeah,
got my hand.
Probably
on
going
the-
to be impossible. Yeah.
I've got my
I mean,
hand
it's-
on the door handle.
All right.
Look back at Sishui. Close the door behind us. Try not to die. Right?
He goes,
Why would he's far? Why can't we just close the door?
We're running, Shy. Let's go.
We're running. All right, let's go. And I open the door and I
Line up,
pull.
And we do one of those things they do in soccer where like the train where like one of them runs to the front and then like the next person.
oh, yeah. I like that.
that.
Taking the brunt of it.
Each person
I like it.
takes a turn getting the worst of it.
Nah, just
Okay.
go through.
I mean, okay, so actually, on a question based on that description, Kanari, do you want one person in the front kind of defending the rest of the group and taking the brunt first? Because you guys could probably try that. I'd have you see how well you can do so, and then see if that would make an effect.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand the mechanic being offered here.
Sorry. So basically, if someone wants to be trying to defend the group, it would probably only affect the two people directly behind them. And then beyond that, less so. But if you want to try to like be the defense for someone else, you will take hits. You'd probably not have the disadvantage, even though you guys are all dodging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd probably have just regular hits upon yourself because you're spending your time trying to defend others and everything. But you could, in theory, make it harder for them to hit anyone in the back if you want to make sure that you guys protect anyone specifically.
Well, I think it would make sense for us all just to take the dodge action, and the toughest will go first. So theoretically, there's less people who get a swing at the back people because they've already taken a swing at the front. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna swing at the first person through.
It's a good point. But either which way, up to no worries. So you guys take the dodge actions, all of you guys, and you guys start to make your way through. Yes, Anala?
If I wear my cloak with my hood up, does it give me any advantage at all as we're running through, or no? Not in this instance.
It might make you less noticeable to be attacked, kind of thing, as your hood is up. And your extra stealth is activated, but you're also just amid a group that is obviously there. Kind of thing.
Okay.
But anyway, so you flick the hood up. Carhale swings the door open, and you guys hear the groaning from in the room at large, and the door itself squeaks open. As it like kind of grates along the ground here, and you see Carhale barely. It's very dark on the other side of the room, and the bare amount of light from a candle on the desk next on the table that's next to the corpse here is the only amount of light that kind of like reflects off of the zombies that are within this room. These undead, some of them are more skeletal than others. Most of them, I will say, actually, roll me a perception check, Carhale, as you're immediately stepping out. Oh, no, sorry. Not you, Carhale. You are not dark vision given, and Kanari's blind. And Nala, give me a perception check as you step out because you have dark vision.
Oh, me.
As you guys all step out, the crowd of the undead start.
Shy has really good dark vision.
That's true. Shy also does. Shy, you can also roll a perception check.
Have him roll.
How do your hands look like that?
Because my camera's frame rate is too low.
That's funny. What did you roll?
I got 7.
7? Okay. You don't see this. It's dark, and you're focused on movement here. Shy, what did you get?
I don't know if he rolled yet.
He got a conversation from his dad.
It's Dad.
But yeah, as you guys stepping out, let me start rolling for these guys. So if you guys are attached to one another, basically like cutting off any so sorry, who's in front? We should write that down.
Who's on third?
Who's on second?
First. And then we have
what's on third? Who's on second?
I think Shy wanted to go next, I think.
Yeah.
Kanari
basically
will go third.
the people in the front and the people in the rear will take the most hits.
Oh, Kanari will go last.
What happened?
Kanari last. Okay. And then Shy, and then Atoll in the center.
Wasn't I rolling for something?
And then I can go behind
You're
the pole.
rolling a perception check.
Oh, perception, baby.
What'd you say, Anala?
I can go behind a toll.
Okay. Anala,
Boom,
Atoll, and then Shy right behind Carhala. Okay. Cool. So as you guys are keeping cinched up close to one another, the person in front can basically cuts off the back. So okay. Each person can be attacked by 4 people, basically, right now. The people in the front and back can be attacked by 6 people. However, it's knocked down from its normal 8 because you're not fully surrounded because someone's like at your back at this moment. Because the crowd of zombies are just crowding in, and arms are just reaching for you guys and like scraping at you guys, trying to get whatever they can do on you guys. It's not very direct hits. They're not very good at it because they're all mindless, just reaching for you guys, trying to attack you guys. So it's not that hard to kind of knock these attacks away and stuff. But as you guys take the dodge action, it will be at disadvantage for all of those attacks. So for the front as we go. Because so basically, since there's 4 angles that you can be attacked from, the way the mechanics work, 4 angles that can be attacked from, 2 people can fit into that space for each angle, so you can be attacked by 8 people all at once, medium creatures anyway. And so in this case, since you're cutting off one of the angles with someone at your back, Karhale, you will have 6 attacks on you for this turn. So they're all at a disadvantage though. So I'm going to do it this time. Maybe 3 at a time. If I can find another one. Okay. Let's see. Fail. Fail. And fail. So for you, Karhale, so hands reach out, you knock one to the side, another hand reach out, knocks you to the side. You feel a grab on your neck and some teeth, and you shoulder out of the way. For the next Shy, you only have 4 attacks on you. Oh, sorry, 6 attacks on Karhale. Fail again. Fail again. And fail again. Exactly, Karhale is just batting them out of the way as she's moving through. Just shoulders. Some of them you're not even worrying about. Like, they're just such bare minimum grabs and stuff as you're just kind of pushing on, forcing your way through this crowd. Karhale, go ahead and give me a athletics check, and this will determine how fast you can shove through this crowd of zombies and how fast you can get us out.
Oh, so this is like me going for the group, like skill challengey vibes?
Basically, yeah, you pushing your way through this group of zombies, and if you roll badly, it will just reflect on how many attacks they can make, how many rounds, basically, you guys are going to have to withstand.
Okay, so just a basic athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
21.
21. Okay, that was really good. So we'll roll this twice and take the lower number. And okay, so as you guys are pushing through, next is Shy. Shy, you take 3 attacks. So you have a fail. Actually, does a 14 hit? No. Okay, good. Then a fail, and then next will be technically it's 4 hits for you, Shy. Sorry. Another fail though. Okay, so the next is a toll. Fail. I'm rolling so badly today, guys. It's so bad. Anyway, literally so bad. A lot of these are even like double failures on both dice here. Anyway, a toll, like using the kind of the normal sword that she's got, she's like blocking them out of the way, ducking under things as different zombies are reaching for her, and she's tugging herself out of the way of some of them, holding on to you, Shy, kind of like using you as like a stability as some zombies try to grab her up and pull her out of this little line, this kind of this wall of your guys's as you guys are forcing your way through, but she holds on to you and pulls herself out of the hands and everything. Let's see, 1 more for her and another fail for her. Sorry, for you. I'm getting lost. Anyway, so Shy, you're good. All fails for you. And then that was a fail for her. And let's see, 1 more for her. Another fail. So next is going to be Enola. Enola, you have 4, so that's 1. Okay, so we have a natural 20 and a natural 1. So
Ooh.
Enola, you don't take damage from that. That's another fail. So it like comes in and you see it out of the corner of your eye, Enola, and you duck right out of the way, and the creature like that tackled you, like climbed on top of the other creatures to try to like reach in for you, Anala. You kind of duck it, and it falls over to the wayside, immediately like tumbling into the crowd of other zombies as it's reabsorbed by the crowd. And you're like, oof, that could have been bad, but it wasn't. Next is okay, so that's actually pretty good. So that's going to be a 20 to hit, dirty 20 to hit. And then so as you're kind of reeling from that tackle, you take one in the other side, one to the other side of from the distraction. Another one is a 16 to hit. Does that hit?
It does.
16. Okay, so then 2 hits there, and then one more, and this is another natural one. So so you take 2 from behind you, but then you turn around, and another major attack you see coming, you're able to deflect it in that moment, but you do take those 2 hits, in which case you'll take only 15 points of bludgeoning damage as these creatures are reaching for you, tearing at your skin, ripping at you. Very, very bleeding. And so that happens for you. And next is going to be Kanari. So Kanari, you at the back, you're going to take 6 attacks, but all at disadvantage, like we've already stated. So let's see. Fail. Yeah. Wait, does a 16 fail? Okay, yeah. Fail. 2 more. Fail. And this is a 17 to hit.
Fail!
Oh, she's just like back there, blindly, closed eyes, focused and honed in, and you're catching hands, blocking easy as pie. You block with like a back kick to the side and everything, keeping this back end protected here. No damage for you as you guys are moving through. So, Karhala, you rolled really well. So you're able to force your way through this group, pushing, and you can see the end. So you get over so the whole horde kind of like pushes in on you, and you're using your strength, kind of like drawing it up from the earth beneath you to force them back and force your way through. So you get out into the hallway here. Now you have this extended hallway just to get through, and there's still zombies crowding in. All of them seemed to have come from this sewer exit, the tunnel that was the one that Jen disappeared into. They're all coming from that direction, and you can see that most of the zombies are pulling out of that area, are down that hall anyway. Which direction do you push? You basically have the option to go to the crypts where Hongguan Jun went, or where Jen went. Those are your choices.
And the direction Hongguan Jun went does not have as many zombies, right?
The one that Hongguan Jun took, it does look a lot thinner on zombies. Whereas this side is just packed full of zombies trying to make their way through and force their way through. You have some that have ambled over to this side, so you'll still be surrounded, but you'll be taking fewer attacks.
Here's the thing, though. Junyin has the ale trust. We have no clue where he's at, and he wiped our butts wiped the butt, wiped the floor with our butts last time.
There you go.
Chamomile.
Last time, Zhenyan also had Nide with him. So
That's true. But so what's the point of going after HGW or
HG
Hongguan Jun?
Hongguan Jun. Han Guan
Huang.
HGJ, just HGJ.
I know, I messed that up. Going after June, unless is it just to keep him alive? Stop laughing at me. I'm sure. Okay.
Sorry, continue.
Just to keep him alive, or what are we looking for? What are we doing?
Well, he was going after Xianwei.
Yeah, his whole thing was to go
still, right?
Yeah, but
I don't
presumably
think he ever clarified whether he was intending to stop the ritual or not. But he was going to try to stop the use of the Stygian seal. That was his main thing. Whatever was causing the zombies.
Yeah, so like we get rid of the cause of the zombies. That gets rid of the cause of like half of our problems right now and frees us up to get the Eltris, right?
In theory.
Theoretically,
theory.
unless the city's destroyed enough for them to complete the ritual. But either way, theoretically, Lady Lusitania should be where the Stygian is. Theoretically. I don't know who's better to go after, but we can do this for now and hope that we can get the Eltris later. I just don't like the Eltris getting farther from us, but
yeah, I don't like that either. But if we kill Lusitania, there's a good chance we're gonna get it back.
I suppose. We'll see.
Right,
I guess.
So, what is your choice? Left or right?
Towards where Hongguan and Jun went.
Okay. So you take a left and you go down to where the zombies are a bit thinner. They've collected over there, kind of just ambling about, but it's definitely about half the amount of the tightness. And so at this point, Carl, you don't have to roll to try to force your way through these zombies because they're not collected enough for that. You're just pushing through. And the ones that are surrounding you guys, it's going to be kind of cut in half here. So the person at the front will be taking only 3 attacks, and the people on the sides will be taking 2 attacks at once. So as you guys push your way through this kind of like second length here, you guys pass a room that looks to have you guys pass what looks to be like a body preparation room. There seems to be this, as you glance in and all, it looks like the kind of stuff that a temple would have for preparing bodies for burial. As you guys are stepping through, do you guys want to try to disengage with what's going on here, pushing through to try to like search the rooms for anything useful, or do you guys want to push forward?
So it's like a temple-ish, vaguely
You guys are still in a
doctor's
temple,
office spot?
but a temple's hallway. Yeah, you could probably say there'd probably be herbs and other kinds of things in there.
I'm going to look specifically for potions.
Okay, specifically for potions. So if you disengage, you will have to re-engage with these zombies as you guys are pushing through. So I'm going to roll for all these zombies now, but if you disengage and hop out, you'll be doing it again. You specifically will be doing it again. Them, maybe not so much, if they push forward.
So there's zombies in this room. You're saying if we disengage to look around the room and then run back through them, we'll run through them twice?
I'm confused.
Well, I'm saying that you guys are okay, so you guys have this long hallway, right? So when you guys turn around this long hallway, that stretch will be zombie infested, is already zombie infested, kind of thing. Granted, well, no, that's a good point. I would say this whole stretch will be rolled for right now, kind of thing. But if you break away, you'll still be coming back out on some more zombies as they collect around the room. Like, it's just going to take more time, so that you guys are going to take another round of attacks, basically.
Oh, okay. So if we look around, we'll take another round of attacks.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So we'll be able to heal ourselves from the attacks that hit with the potions we find.
Maybe, if you find some good things. As you look down the hallway, though, there is a barricade at the end of this hallway. You guys are going to have to break it down. So,
Kanara's not going to be much use looking for things, so she's going to go focus on breaking the barricade down, probably.
I'm going to...
do you guys have anything to help break down this barricade?
What's the barricade
We
made
have a
of?
Carhale.
Right now, the barricade is made out of loose rubble. And let's see, loose rubble and pieces of wood, some furniture that's been like stacked up against it by the ethereal who are trying to cut off the exits to where the zombies were coming from.
What would those blessed silver knuckles do?
That might be the thing.
Thunder damage?
Thunder damage. So I think it would be some pretty good attacks. You're gonna just have to make a few of them to get to break a hole through the stuff. You could also just spend your time dragging the stuff away. It'll just take longer unless you can destroy it somehow.
Boring.
Or
Yeah, that sounds fun.
We pick up Shy and ram his head into the.
Okay, that's a D12 damage right there.
here's the problem. I'm going to be really useful trying to find potions that are actually worth something, but I could also be really useful breaking down a barricade.
Are you looking for
Just let me
Anything
look for them. I
specific?
have
You
really
maybe
good,
tell me and I could look for you.
That's
Maybe.
true.
or
Maybe
just
I
have me. I have the best perception in the group, and I know I have good nature and stuff.
What's your
So-
perception?
Okay.
In this case, searching for potions, it'll be less perception and more investigation of trying to locate where that might be kept, what is going to
Then
be
definitely let me do it. I have
useful,
A++.
figuring out what the stuff is, figuring
Not
out
nature,
the locations of stuff.
but herbs are naturey.
Herbs are naturey. You can figure out what the herbs are, but finding them will be the problem.
And I have a +12 to my investigation.
Um,
So
Okay,
Object.
maybe Inala and I will search the room for potions. Shy and Kanari break down the barricade. Yeah, ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh
What do you
wait,
say?
Atoll can
Atoll
help them with the
will
barricade
go-
too.
Yeah, she'll be helping with the barricade. So you guys break off a split after you guys make it through this one stretch of zombies. As you guys see the room off to the side, and Anala's like, "Hey, that looks like there might be like herbs and stuff in there," and you're like, "Okay, split," kind of thing. But before then, we take attacks. So Karhale at the front, you're taking 3. Fail. Maybe success. 15. Does that hit?
My AC is 15.
Oh, so it barely hits. Okay, well, barely anything then. You take 8 points of 4 points. 4 points of damage cut in half. Sorry, no. 4
I'm
is
not
already
raging.
cut in half. It was 8. Yeah. So
Oh, wait, you're
barely
raging right
hits
now?
I'm not
because it
raging.
hit your AC. So
Oh.
you get
Ah,
this one
gotcha.
side swipe, and that just scratches across your face, and you're like, "Ow!" But you almost dodged out of the way completely. It just got the side of your face. 4 damage, bludgeoning damage, and you're fine. Next is going to be so those were attacks for you. Shy, only 2 for you. Fail. So both attacks swing wide of your face. You see them coming. You don't even move out of the way. The robes itself let you know, like based on the angles and everything, that they weren't going to hit you. Next is going to be Atoll, 2 attacks. 15 and a fail. So she takes some damage. You guys see Atoll like dodge out of the way of one hand, but another hand comes in on the other side, and she kind of like moved her body into it, and she takes that hit up the side of her face. She's like, "Ow!" So she takes only.
Okay, wait, just to clarify, because of that aid we have for 8 hours, our max HP is now 5 points higher.
Yes.
Okay.
For now, it'll go back.
I just put that into Atoll's. Yeah, for now. So she loses all of her temporary hit points, but she's barely touching on her regular hit points. So that was good. So she's fine. She's totally fine. Anyway, she takes that hit. She's like, and she tries to focus more, hone in on blocking here. Next is going to be Anala, and you take both don't hit. You basically kind of like you shoot up your elbow and knock the hands over you, this creature that like took 2 quick swipes at you. Next is going to be Kanari. Kanari, you take 3 as it is a thinner crowd here, and you take so fail. Well, that's a 17 to hit and a fail. So you take 17 hits, right? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. You take so one swipe coming in, you feel a swipe on your leg, you kick it out, you feel a swipe on your other leg, kick it out, and then you see one coming in that you almost missed, but you didn't because you're blind and you can see around you, and you catch the fist coming in from behind, and you throw the hand back into the crowd of the horde reaching for you guys here. And you guys push forward. Karhale, you and Anala break away in this kind of like predetermined dance thing of like looking back and being all nod, and you guys break off from the group. Kanari, Anala, Shy's like, "There's a barricade," and you guys are like, "Okay," and Kanari's like, "Okay," and so you guys go forward. So as you guys make your way forward to the barricade, what's it called? You are stuck at the end. Who is going to be trying to keep a handle on the zombies? This is a relatively it's about a 7-foot wide hallway here. Do you guys want to have one person focusing on the barrier and then 2 people fighting the zombies, or vice versa?
There's
toll's
only 2 of us
probably
here. The other 2 are
toll.
And
oh,
a
it's
tool.
all.
Probably
And it's full. You're
The
right.
toll is better used
Just
defending the zombies.
Sacrifice.
Yeah,
a
she
toll
turns
for
around
the
immediately
zombies.
and starts trying to keep them at bay, holding them back.
I love her,
Roll-
but she's not
roll.
going to be super useful with the barricade there.
I say 2 attacking the barricade, because if we can get this thing done in 1 round or so, that'd be the best. So we're not
Mhm.
standing here taking.
Did we still have to roll investigation for those potions or no?
Yes. So go ahead and roll me an investigation check as you break
I'm
into
helping
the burial
Nala.
room in Nala. You see a lot of wrappings around. You guys see a lot of just different jars and stuff that seem to be like mostly unlabeled, except for some Talon labeling. And in Nala, you look at all the stuff that's around and try to like figure out what the patterns are to figure out where stuff you might be able to use would be. So what is your investigation check?
30.
That is
Wait,
amazing.
I'm
Okay,
guessing you
so-
rolled that advantage, right?
I rolled an 18 and I have a plus 12, so.
Okay. So you
How you
find
rolled.
a full 6 of useful items for you guys here. So first off, you do find what looks to be 2 vials of what seem to be coffee. On a lower end of usefulness to you. You find 2 more of what seems to be, I'll roll for this. You find a single bibliobaca, and you find what looks to be a you know it vaguely. It's called Lakuth. But you can't
you know what
really
that is.
recall exactly what it does, but you know it has an effect on like stealth and such.
Aaron
take
knows exactly what that does.
So go ahead and write down Lakuth. Nice. And next you find 2. You find one set of herbs that seem to be dream moss.
Ooh.
And then one more. You find this kind of like mint stuff, but it's a little bit off mint, and it's some blood mint.
Ooh.
It's a type of poison. You find the leaves. It's normally used as a tea. It smells just like regular mint tea.
Interesting.
But yeah, so those are the things that you find. And then as you're looking around, there's also among objects that might be useful to you, probably nothing in here necessarily. A lot of bandages. If you want to collect some bandages, they could be ropes in the need of them.
Yeah, I'll grab the bandages.
As well as some flammable supplies. There are jugs of what seem to be that substance that's been collected into jars. If you
grab those.
They are pretty big. You probably could only carry 2 in your bag.
Okay, I'll take the 2.
Okay, and keep in mind,
I won't be carrying them for long.
the jugs themselves are made out of ceramic. So if you
chuck 'em.
fall on them or chuck them, they would break.
Noted.
Okay, so they are sealed well. Just they're not necessarily the most durable. So you collect these things right away as Anala kind of singles everything out. She's picking off vials, leaves out of like different areas within this room here, this barrel room. And then you guys break out to where the zombies are again. As you guys push forward again, go ahead and you guys are going to be pushing through together, but both of you guys will be taking 3 attacks each from the zombies around. Yes.
Can I do the thing where I take more hits?
Yeah, you can try. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check as you try to defend as you guys are moving through.
Nice. 18.
18. Okay. You're successful in blocking 2 of the hits to Anala. One of them gets past you. So for Anala, that's a fail. And then for you, Karhale, as you're stepping through, it is straight rolls for you for the 3 attacks on you. So you take, so that's a 12 to hit, fail, another fail, and then 16 to hit. Hits. So you take so as you're kind of like blocking some of these hits to Anala, you find one that slams into your face, and that one makes you miss the last attack and not able to block it from Anala, but it doesn't hit her anyway. She was able to see it coming. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you guys get to the end to where the barrier is. Kanari, in the interim, go ahead and roll me. Actually, let me roll for a toll and see how well she's defending. She's doing pretty good. She's like slashing at zombies, kicking them back, shoving and everything. Shy, are you also defending, or were you working on the barrier?
Kanari and I were both working on the barrier.
Okay, so she's doing pretty good. There's, I would say, probably a couple of them get past and rush at you guys. But you guys are focusing on the barrier, right? You're not focusing on this creature necessarily. One will get past her. She's like, look out! But Shy and you guys will probably... surprised. You won't be surprised, no. But the straight roll is a natural one, so you kind of just kick it back. And it gets thrown back into the crowd of zombies. So as you guys are working on this barrier, Kanari, go ahead and roll me. So as you kind of like look at the little, while you kind of feel the brass knuckles power up around you and stuff, and you start to hammer at this barricade here, go ahead and roll me damage. We'll see if you can make enough damage to make the hole.
Okay, let me see, because the damage
How many can you do within a turn?
What'd you say?
How many attacks can you do within a turn?
3 normally. I could do up to 5, I think.
If you want, you can do all 5. But if it's just the 3, roll them and then roll me the damage. You automatically hit.
Okay.
Oh, well, no. No, you still have to roll to hit. But it's DC is a 10.
So the normal, because the thing about these knuckles is that it's supposed to be, it can deafen people and go backwards. The only damage is just bludgeoning damage based off of hitting them. So I
would say in this case, you're kind of like using the force that shoots out of it at the same time as the regular damage. So the regular damage that you're doing will be, if it were just regular knuckles, it wouldn't be able to break down this thing. But since it has this like explosive capability, I'll let the damage actually reflect on the wall itself and how well the barricade's holding.
Okay. So is it 10 to hit?
10 to hit? Yes.
Okay. I'm rolling. So that's a 18. A 12 to hit, and 11 to hit. And then
I'll hit. Go ahead and roll me that damage.
26 times. Ooh. Plus 28 damage.
Nice. Okay. It's still holding up. You can start seeing a little hole though, and you're like, okay, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. And you continue slamming into it. Do you take the extra attacks or do you leave it at that? Points now. It's okay if not.
No, I think I'll save. Well, no, I'll go ahead and use 1. It should be fine. I'll go ahead and use 1 for now.
Okay. So you take a key point and do another pow, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh, hold on. Okay. 1 natural 20.
Woo! Nice.
And a 22. So
both definitely hit. You get 1 like that reverberates within the whole barricade, and it all shivers and shifts a bit as you create how much damage?
20 more points of damage.
Nice. It's looking really rough at this point, honestly, with just Kanari here.
Yeah.
Shy, the hole is not quite big enough though for you guys to get through, especially the larger of your group. So Shy, what are you doing? How are you damaging this barricade?
Hiya.
Okay, so you're just gonna punch it?
Well, I don't want to damage my weapons.
It would damage your weapons. I was waiting for that. Do you have any kind of cudgel, or do you just want to take your bodily attacks?
Did you say cudgel? What the is that?
Something to hit with.
Like a club.
Yeah.
Or something. It's too bad you don't have the tavern brawler feat. You could just pick up some of the furniture and use it as an improvised weapon. You'd be proficient.
I mean, you still can. You just wouldn't be proficient.
Technically, I count as one size larger when determining the weight I can push, drag, or lift. So would it be better to carry stuff away?
Yes, maybe. I mean, you would be able to carry the stuff away relatively fast. So go ahead and give me a athletics check to see how quickly you can break through.
Try to move the bigger stuff out of the way.
Natural 20 plus 8 is 28.
Natural 20. Wow. Okay, yeah. So Kanari's like pow, 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 pow. And then you step over and you kind of like censure which spot would be the best, like where all of the weight is being held by this barrier. And you yank it out like a Jenga and everything collapses down. And it's something that was really heavy and probably couldn't have been dislodged based on the weight that was just balancing on it, but you were able to yank it out and everything falls. And the walls come tumbling down. So now you guys see beyond into the darkness here. Kanari, you sense nothing beyond. There's no zombies or and whatnot over the rubble here. So do you guys start climbing over? You guys see Karhale and Anala stepping out of the room at this point. Karhale and Anala, you guys see that the barrier is down and you guys have a free pass.
Awesome. After we get through, can I use Earth Move to reassemble the barrier a little?
A toll, by the way, I'm going to roll for a toll and some of the tasks that she'll be taking at the... Oh. Fail. Success. Fail. Oh, no, success. 2 successes, and then 2 more. And 2 successes, 3 successes, 4 successes. So she's going to take a good amount of damage just keeping the brunt of these guys back and holding them back. She takes 7, 11 plus. She takes like 30 points of damage keeping them back because a lot of them can just attack.
Is she dead?
No, she's fine for now. And as you guys push your way through to her and everything, you see some bruises and some blood trailing out of her face. But she looks really like bright-eyed and like still adrenaline heavy and everything. She's like, let's go. And she turns and you guys take off over the rubble here. Kanari and Shy crawling over it and getting to the other side. And the zombies start crawling back up the mound, following after you guys. Do you guys try to cut off their path to you?
Yeah. Can I reassemble the barrier a little bit?
It'll take a second. You're going to need someone to keep them at bay while you're doing so, probably. Because every time you put something up, you see a zombie like trying to shove its way through and shoving it back down again.
Using my Earth Move to get all the rubble back.
It's not all made of earth. A lot of it's furniture too. So like some of it's rubble, but it was definitely more of like a 50-50, if less rubble than furniture.
We're a lot faster than them, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you guys are running full sprint, are you guys going to be running full sprint and therefore not stealthing? Or are you guys going to go stealthing as you guys go forward?
Running full sprint with Pass Without a Trace.
Well, you won't be stealthing, so you won't be rolling.
Oh. Ew. I'm gonna try to keep it at bay. I can try to.
I will. I can try to keep it at bay for a minute while we're shoving things back into place or whatever.
Just, like,
Good
use the
crap.
staff to like pop them in the head.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So, Karhale, go ahead and roll me an athletics check to see how fast you can kind of like reestablish this. Kanari, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
23.
Uh,
For me.
23.
Wow, very good. So as Kanari's like popping things with her staff and keeping them at bay here, Karhale, you're able to reestablish this blocking barricade here. Easier putting it up than it was taking it down. And as you guys turn around and tuck and run, or are you guys moving slowly? You guys are no longer being attacked by zombies.
Do we hear anything? Like, come further down the tunnel. Do we hear anything like ahead of us?
Roll me
Wait,
perception.
Could Kanari and Shy kind of scout ahead as like the eyes and ears?
How far ahead do you guys go? Shy can see the darkness, but this tunnel is now winding and it's going downwards. So he loses sight about maybe 30 feet ahead of you guys as it continues going down.
That's a 24 for perception.
Okay, so as you're kind of like listening as you guys start making your way forward, are you guys in the same organization, the same line?
Kanari would move towards the front probably at this point. She was in the back, but
Yeah,
Okay.
I fall
Doesn't
right
need to
behind Kanari.
Okay, so I'll just
see
flip
you.
Kanari to the front here.
what?
Because I can't freaking see.
I know.
So, Nori, as you start navigating downwards, go ahead and roll me a survival check as well.
Well, survival. What is my
Sorry. Correction. Perception check was already it. Survival, well, no. This is a direct path, so there's no survival check. Skip that. So anyway, with your very high, what was the roll again for the perception?
24.
24. As you're keeping your ears out for anything you can hear, and not necessarily see, does anyone want to do one for sight?
I can. Oh, if he wants to do it, he can.
Go ahead, shy boy.
Dan has some good here. Shy, I will say you probably have to be in front of Kanari to do this stuff, to be able to see. This tunnel isn't very wide. Well, you might be abreast. You might be abreast with her, but so Shy, I'm gonna move you in the front of the train, okay?
Okay.
Kanari's listening and Shy is watching. What was your roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. So Kanari, what you hear as you guys are going down is the rush of wind. That's the main thing that you hear. It's very loud. It's this almost like a whirlwind, and you've only been near a couple whirlwinds, being the elemental whirlwinds that you guys were fighting far back when in the desert that Nemo first died in. You hear these winds happening, and you recall that you guys were told about a hole that goes deeper into the crypt, that goes down into the lower levels, and that is what this tunnel leads to. So you assume that must be the sound coming from it. You don't hear any creatures beyond that. And then go ahead and roll me, Kanari, go ahead and roll me a D20. A D12. No. I was right the first time. D20.
6.
6. You also sense, you can smell it. You can smell this noxious gas. Like it's from the wind tunnel, and it's getting thicker the farther you guys move here. And you're like, oh, that's going to be a problem. As you kind of like pause for a half second, you're like stepping into the thickness and you're breathing in, and you're like, oh crap, that's going to be not great as you guys are climbing down this cliff here. It's not so thick up here where the air is dispersing, but when you're within the wind pit itself, it might be a lot harder. So you keep that in mind.
We just need to figure out how to not breathe, guys, and then we'll be good.
Exactly.
So the goal is to get down this hole, though? Like, that's where we're going? That's where the ethereal base is?
Well, the ethereal base was this temple that you guys are exiting.
Oh.
So you guys are heading into unknown territory. You guys are following the path that Han Wenjun, in theory, has taken since he took this exit.
Okay. Interesting.
He was seeking out the center of the Stygian seal, like he was seeking out the user of the Stygian seal so he could stop the use of it. And as far as he understood, though, that would be located down below. That Yu Jiwan has set up her own lair of sorts down below. And you guys have been told that by some of the sewer people.
We've been told what?
That her location where she's at is down below, but there's multiple levels of the crypt, so you guys might have to explore a bit.
We don't have time for this. Okay. All right.
So you guys, she lets you guys know that there's going to be poisonous, this noxious gas in the air as you guys are climbing down this whirlwind pit here. You guys get forward. Shy, you looking ahead, keeping an eye out for anything. You don't see anything visually that seems to be a danger to you guys or anything important until you guys start getting closer to this wind pit here, and you see the drop off, the little cliff at the end of this tunnel here, and it's cut off. There's no, basically the floor just ends, and you see the winds turning up in sand and other stuff, other muck just like swirling in the air, as well as what looks to be some sort of thick vapor in the air that you're starting to smell, and it smells a little, it kind of burns your lungs going down. As Kanari mentions the noxious gas and everything to you guys, and is like, hey, just forewarning, it's going to be hard to breathe. You're like, oh yeah, I can see it. It's real thick, and you can see the swirling with the wind. And the thing just seems to go down. It's pitch black, though. Shy can only see it because of the dark vision.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As you guys keep moving forward, and Atol's like, oh, like, should we just not breathe at all? Like, and she's breathing and like kind of coughing on the gas as you guys are getting closer.
As much as you can, probably. Better for your lungs, kid.
Okay. And she takes some material and wraps it around her mouth.
I'll do the same.
This is like inhaling 20 years worth of Shia, kid. So just try not to breathe. All right, it's what Karhali will sound like.
I was going to say, yeah, it was.
Okay, Shia is not that bad, guys.
Okay.
So, Karhali, since you did take the Shia this morning before, like on your way to Emilios, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have the 24 hours free from your addiction for the moment. But as you guys make your way forward, Karhali, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Because now as the noxious gas is filtering into your lungs and everything, it's mixing with everything else going on with your body right now. Also, Karhali, remember you do have 2 scries left that you can use whenever you wish. And so that venom, as long as it's in your veins, it will mix plausibly negatively with anything else you take from until the stuff is out of your bloodstream.
But what you fail to take into account is my con save modifier is fantastic.
That's true.
At disadvantage, it's a 22.
Nice. Okay, so you feel like all of your body kind of like seizing up in like this pain and discomfort, like nausea in your stomach, but then you're like powering through and like, I don't even care. Who cares what you think, body? As you push through. But as you guys all near the edges of this cave, you guys see a sharp drop.
Most of the pushing through it is sheer spite for the conversation she had with Kanari and Jaskier earlier. It is sheer spite for that conversation.
Sheer spite. Amazing.
I'm pushing through it just because they said I can't.
Par for the course, really. As you guys get to the edge, what do you guys do? You have a hole. The edges of this hole, Shy, you notice, looks to be kind of slick. It may be a little bit more difficult to climb down, except for Inala, who is skilled at that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I'll relay that to everybody.
I guess we have no choice but to climb down. What did I miss? I guess we have no choice but to climb down.
Okay, so as you guys, do you guys all decide to climb down then? Keep in mind, the drop is long, shy. You cannot see the end of it.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to go though, but down at this point, right?
Assumedly, you've been told that there are multiple levels to the crypts here, and you're not sure which level is the one that she is on, unless you guys directly just want to go to the lowest level.
Gosh. Okay, so the way I'm picturing this, is it like there's a ladder and you like climb down and there's like a level and you can jump off onto that level and then crawl down further, or is it like just straight to the bottom and to get to the other level? Like what are we?
You can't see any exit to a different level from where you guys are at.
Kanari can't see anything.
Yeah,
That's true.
But
From where you're at, you cannot sense a break in the wind as of near you.
okay, well,
So within 30 feet of this tunnel cliff edge here, you guys are looking down as
Can
rushing
I
wind and stuff. You can't see anything
take a
past the
torch?
30 feet.
Can I take a torch and drop it down and have Shy and Anala watch and see how far it goes?
So do you light a torch?
oh, is this
Oh, wait.
spammable?
The ground you said is slick, right?
You see Karhale starting. The ground is kind of slick.
Well,
yeah,
I'm remembering
yeah,
I'm
the
remembering
walls are
the stuff-
slick. It's true.
Okay, yeah, the walls are slick. I remember those are flammable. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Um,
Kanari, you can roll a nature check if you'd like to determine whether the gas is flammable.
That's flammable.
Throw like a rock and see if Kanari can listen and see how far down it is.
14.
Oh, 14. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell.
Okay.
Err on the side of caution.
So you drop a rock down?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell Kanari to like listen and see if you can tell how far down it is.
Okay.
Roll me a perception check, Kanari.
Oh boy. Who has guidance in this party? Anybody?
No.
Nope.
Wow, we really have nothing going for us, guys.
Hey, you guys do pretty well.
We've got muscles.
28.
Wow.
I roll a natural 20.
Natural
So as you
20.
listen to the
Natural
rock
20.
dropping, drops, 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 and then you hear a little, but barely even there. Like if anyone else were listening to this, they would not have been able to hear that like squelching at the end. But based on the time difference, it feels like I don't even know what the relative stuff is, but it feels like
Several hundred feet.
several hundred feet. It's definitely a good few seconds there.
All right. Well, I suggest no waterfall.
Okay. Should Shy and I, wild shape and, crawl down the side? Because, my faith in our climbing abilities is...
Why doesn't one of us go first and then see what's at the bottom?
That's true. One of us could turn into a theater that has dark vision and go down, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I notice any, writing or anything on the wall that maybe would give us a warning as to anything that might be down there? Potentially.
Nori, roll me an intelligence check because you're the only one that heard this.
I was wondering. I was gonna ask. Does it sound like a clack when it hit, or it sounded like it like fell in
It was
something? I don't like that.
Here, I'll do it again.
Intelligence 18.
18. Okay. So as Anala's like, can we like figure out if there's anything down there and stuff? And she kind of looks over the edge. Kanara, you think back to that sound, and it sounded like the thing was absorbed into a thick, viscous fluid of some sort. Like you're not really sure what it could be, but based on the wetness of the walls and whatever that substance is on the walls, might be at the bottom as well.
So, like the stuff that's like dripping down, like everything that's kind of like it's
It's
flammable.
probably all collected at the end, at the bottom. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, maybe. I don't know if we want to go down there. That sounds like a total like nightmare. Like someone just accidentally spark. We all go up in the flame.
That's true. Oh, okay. So, from what you guys have been told about the source, is that there's multiple ways down into the crypts. This is probably the fastest way to get from this level above the highest level of the crypt and down however many levels it goes.
Yeah, but who cares if it's fast if we're dead?
Fair. There are other levels that you could go down that may be less quick, which assuming that Junyin was going back to Lusitania, there might be another way to get down the far end. On that other exit, the one that Junyin took back in the temple area.
I mean, we have no clue what level she's on. And all we know is Hongwon Jun theoretically went this way.
He also has a sword that he can fly on.
Kanari has a sword she can fly on, but that's not going to help everybody else.
Trip.
She could take multiple trips.
Shy is too big boy.
Shy in wild shape.
You guys have the wild shapes available to you.
I could try, but I don't know what the bottom looks like in the fact that when we get down there, it's just a pool of this stuff. Like what, the entrance? I don't know.
Carly,
Do you want
just
to fly down and check?
turn into a cat. You'll always land on your feet.
Maybe we'll take Anala if Anala's cool with it, because Anala's used to riding on her sword, and Anala's can see. So I feel like this would be good. Do a check.
So as you kind of like you make the suggestion, right, Kanari, and then you kind of step out to where the wind's blowing and over the edge, and you step onto the sword as it floats. The wind is pushing hard, so it will be a check to see if you can stay on it as you guys fly down. And you feel this push, and you shove yourself, and you fly yourself back into the kind of the cutoff area of the wind where it's not as strong.
Does we want to try this, or
if you guys want, you guys could also try to use rope. You guys have that available to you, and as a way to like help you guys be let down plausibly rather than climbing down.
I mean, if we tie our lengths of night silk together, it could work. But we just don't know how far it is down.
Okay, so it dropped. Actually, Kanari, roll me a d20.
oh boy, a D20. 1 second.
Boy, a D20.
18.
18. Okay, so there was 18 seconds there. 18 times. I just looked up the general rule. It's a loose rule, but the general rule is 32 feet per second. So I'll multiply that with a calculator.
Oh, you had to roll high for that one.
Sorry.
I know, right? Where's my calculator? 32 times 18. Nathan, quick maths.
I don't know.
576.
Oh, I just got it. Okay, so it's more than a little bit more than 500 feet down. By a little bit more, it's basically 600 feet down.
Wonderful. That's going to be way far with the rope. We do not have.
Yeah, we do not have the rope for that.
Yeah.
Thanks to Izzy's good roll. Couldn't
So
have
funny.
rolled a natural one.
So, what are your guys' decisions? What are you guys doing? And Nala, did you say something earlier? Did you have an idea that you were planning to say?
Yeah, I was wanting to check to see if there's maybe, I don't know, any writing or anything on the one that could help us in any way or warn us of something.
Fair enough. Roll me a perception check as you kind of like start searching the walls, because there have been some spelunkers, thieves' cant written on the walls previously.
Natural 19 for a 23.
Ooh.
23. That's really good. Okay. So as you're looking around the wall, like trying to see if there's any like tricks, anything, you do find what looks to be an inscription of someone labeling someone's written Eknoth, R.I.P.
Oh.
And another name, R.I.P.
Well.
Oh, it does actually have a little inscription under it that's written in Thieves' Cant. And it says, one of them was like, best chances was not, it says, don't light a match. And then best chances, take the other way down. But that's from a group of like thieves that don't have the abilities that you guys have. So that might not necessarily reflect on your guys' best options. And all you do register that as you're reading it, and you read it out loud, and you're like,
And the other direction is, and the other way is we have to go back through all the zombies to get there.
You will, yes. You'll probably have to take only 2 rounds to get back. And that barricade was destroyed already by Jenya.
Okay. What do we think, guys? Worth risking the flight down there?
It's a
You
risk.
and I going on this board?
Being that you won't have to take the full time.
Yeah, well, I mean, for us just to see what we can find, but, you know, there's a risk of us falling to our doom.
Up to you.
Better
Your life.
me
Keep in
than
mind
Kahale.
that if you
Okay.
guys don't take this route, it'll be less likely that you guys follow the same path that Hangwa and June took, and therefore you may lose the chance of either reaching him or his corpse.
If you're okay with trying it,
All right, let's go.
If
Kanari's gonna
anything-
try.
happens to us, I don't blame me.
What am I rolling, though, DM?
You are rolling okay, so you're going to be rolling an acrobatics check, lowering yourself down. However, this acrobatics check will be a pretty high DC as the buffeting winds upon you. Anala, you'll be rolling the same DC, the same check. So go ahead and acrobatics check for the both of you.
$22.
Okay. As you're trying to like balance yourself, as you're lowering yourself down and the winds are swirling around you, do you hold your breath the whole way down?
I try to if I can. I
Let's
mean,
see. 500 divided by 50 feet every round here. So you're probably fine, right?
yeah,
12
10
rounds a
rounds,
minute.
and I can hold my breath for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you're probably fine as you're lowering yourself down. And Nala, you have only 12 rounds worth, like singularly. 12 rounds would make what? 600 feet down. Okay, so you should be good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you guys should both be good holding your breath as you guys go down. Kanari, you were able to warn them ahead of time well enough to for everyone to know to hold their breath as they go down.
Mm-hmm.
So as you start falling, buffeting winds. Enola, what was your roll for the acrobatics check?
11.
11. Kanari, what was your roll?
A 22.
22. Okay, so Kanari, you're doing fine, balancing well, and you feel Anala kind of wobbling behind you as you get lower and you get lower. She's doing okay, but then about halfway down, another, like, the wind itself almost seems to shift and bump into you guys from the far side. Like, it's been going up this kind of, like, counterclockwise manner this whole time. However, it almost changes direction for a hot second, and the heat of the wind just shifting it all as it shoves Enola sideways, and you fall off the sword, Enola.
Okay,
So
can I
you start to fall. Enola, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
This is a concentration check to see if you can keep holding your breath, even though you kind of freak out as you fall off the sword.
Can
I do have a question. This probably doesn't apply to this instance, but I have evasion. That doesn't help me in this.
No, it does not,
right?
unfortunately.
Okay.
It does apply to any area effects spells and things that happen. So if a rock slide happened near you and you were rolling a save against that, it would help.
Okay. What am I rolling for again? Sorry.
You are rolling a Constitution saving throw.
11 again.
Okay, so you take a gasp of air. New Constitution saving throw.
Okay, better. 19.
19. Okay, this you take a breath and you feel the your lungs kind of burning from the gas that's in the air here in the wind, but you resist the poison. And you're like start coughing and sputtering it out and spitting. It tastes terrible on your tongue, and you take another but you take that gasp of air and you leave it at that. You continue holding your breath. Sorry, there was another factor happening. Kanari, were you saying something?
I was asking if I could catch her, because technically, can I? Yeah.
Oh yeah. So she loses her balance and she drops, and you're like, oh crap! And then you try to like push down to catch her, right? So go ahead and roll me a new acrobatics check as you reach down.
Rough. Okay.
Make it athletics, since you're trying to grab her and the strength that it takes to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So this will be like if you can hold on to her, because you can like reach for her or whatever and everything, but like actually catching her and holding on, that'll be a different factor.
This stupid. I knocked out my. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. Plus 22 again.
22. Nice. So you so as she starts falling, you fall in all up maybe like 30 feet or so, like a single round, and she swoops down after you, dropping. She kind of like stops using the flight of the sword and just kind of lets herself drop to be able to go as fast as you going down here. And then once she gets close enough to you, she reaches out, grabbing at your flailing arm as you're trying to like stop yourself from tumbling so she can grab you easier, because you can see her coming down for you. And Kanari, even though you're blind, you can sense where her flailing limbs are, and you reach out, slatching onto one of her forearms, and she swings to a stop, and does not hit the wall. If you'd rolled lower, she might have like slammed into the wall or something as part of the flailing of this entire scenario, but you were able to grab her kind of from the center of this pretty large hole, maybe about 20 feet across diameter here. And she swings to a stop without brushing against the toxic stuff on the walls and such. Anala, it jars your arm and it hurts. Go ahead and roll a d4, and you'll take that amount of bludgeoning damage just from the yank and the stop here.
Okay. I rolled a 3.
3? Okay. 3 points of bludgeoning damage to your arm and shoulder. You're like, that hurt. Almost pulled it out of the socket, but it didn't. And Kanari pulls you back onto the sword here. You guys are pretty close to the bottom. As you guys continue your descent here, go ahead and make me new acrobatics rolls. As you guys are descending, Kanari, you did fall and were able to kind of sense on the edges here of your, there have been about 3 levels that you've passed.
You're muted.
What are you saying?
Sorry, I said there's been entry points for those 3 levels.
Yes, 3 different, basically the same tunnel cutoff that you guys came from at the top of this hole.
Yeah.
Same thing. There's, but they're located on different sides. Some of them are directly below the archway you came from, and some of them are on the far side. Some of them are right in front of you, etc., etc.
Like an elevator shaft.
Yeah, like an elevator shaft.
All right.
Acrobatics was what for you?
Well, it is so much better. 23.
Okay, since you're more used to the wind now, it's a lot easier to keep your balance. Kanari, what was yours again?
20.
Okay, yeah. So as you guys continue to descend, you guys are pretty much good, and you guys get to the bottom without any more trouble. Basically, the wind itself being picked up and thrown upwards here is coming from this bottom level here. As you guys get to this bottom level, it is a closed off door because this you guys will have to open it. But there seems to be wind coming from these little air channels, and something to do with maybe the magic or something that has to do with this area is causing it to have this wind tunnel. But there's a door at the bottom here, and there seems to be a very thick layer of whatever that stuff is on the bottom. It's just like looking at a vat of tar almost, but a little thicker.
Okay, so we'd have to magically open the door that's down here?
Do you want to examine it? It's just a closed door at the moment. Do you try to open it?
I will let Inala look at it and see what she can find.
Okay. Inala, what do you do?
I mean, yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Okay. At this point, you guys have, I would say about 45 minutes, maybe 30 minutes since you guys got back has occurred. So it's about 9:30 at this point. 9:30.
I don't like we're looking at papers for this.
Okay, so as you guys start working on the door, go ahead and roll me an investigation check as you start examining it. Checking for traps and such.
15.
15. Okay, so as you kind of look at the door, checking around it, you can tell that it's not necessarily trapped. However, there is this weirdness about the door that seems like this lowest level here is so unstable. It's weird. As you're looking at it, you're not really sure what would happen, but it seems to you that there's a lot of weight on this door. There's no, like, the way that it was set up looks like there should have been this this empty space on the bottom, but it's almost airtight on the bottom of it. And it's going to be hard to open, not because it's locked, but because there's so much weight leaning on it.
Okay.
It reminds you, oddly enough, it reminds you of the stone that Karhale raises up, as though it was raised to not necessarily be a door, but just a block from the bottom.
Got it. I mean, yeah, I'll relay that to Kanari.
Okay, so in order for us to get this thing open,
you will have to be able to move the stone magically or physically. So in theory, whatever sorcerer cut this off had the ability of moving the earth to create this stone wall here.
Okay. Neither of us can really do that unless we're just going to try to break at the stone. That seems very treacherous in the thing that we're hovering on my sword here. And there's no ledge or anything for us to stand on down here, is there?
I would say that there's enough space for like a person to kind of balance on the edge of this sledge here. Right at the, like, probably only one person near this door. That's not a double door. It's like a singular file door.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if we should. I mean, Manala, do you want to try to break the? I don't know.
I'm trying to see if I have anything that.
And Nola, as far as you know, if Karhali were here, she could probably move this stone.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I have anything. Would I know if any of the spells that I could do, would I know if any of those could possibly work, or it would just be pointless?
What? Sorry. What spells would you think could work?
Trying to see. I have booming blade and I have color spray. I can't think of anything else that would work.
Color spray is acid?
It just blinds people.
You're
It's
right.
just-
You're right.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just.
Then,
Okay.
maybe not.
Yeah, probably not in those cases. As far as you know, the best option here will be sending someone who can like physically magically manipulate the stone, which in this case is Karhale.
I mean, I could leave you down here and you could stay on this ledge while I go get Karhale to try to come down and deal with this. This is just treacherous, but
Sure. Before we do that, though, can we take a break? I need to.
Yes.
Yes,
I
we
wish
are
we
at 2 hours. Cool.
okay.
So then you guys can decide when you guys will get
Woo.
Woo.
Hello. Hey, it's the most realistic. I
Oh,
like
no.
I was thinking through that the other day. It like to be honest, even him offering to go with you was totally ridiculous because his family was being threatened by these other people. So I'll rule that he thought that it was less of a bad situation initially and was like, okay, the military will take care of it. Mary was able to tell the military to take care of it and everything.
Well, I
But
mean, oh, yeah.
but hearing from Lorkai over the twinning dreams and stuff, he did
No,
learn that they were attacked from
it makes
behind.
it makes perfect sense. As a player, I totally understand. Harhale, however, is in fact devastated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely would have tried to say something to him before we parted ways for the night. If
Mm-hmm.
I had known that he was going to be leaving in the middle of the night.
Well, you guys said what you said.
Yep.
It's the way of life.
It is.
Mm-hmm. So you got to say everything that you want to say before people are out of your life so that you can make sure that they know. Because you never know if you'll see them again. They might get hit by a bus. And in Jaskier's case, maybe murdered by Dow.
Yep. It's fine. It's fine.
He'll have the Ati at his back.
Thea's with him. She's good at resurrecting people. I'll come if she needs me. I'll come yell at him to get his ass back from Valora.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a d20.
Why are you like this?
Well, because I didn't want to roll for them because I'm rolling terribly. So, I mean, you'll roll for Thea. I rolled for Jaskier, which was terrible, as I know.
I'm rolling for Thea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any modifiers or just straight D20?
Well, I'll add the modifier. What was the roll?
15.
Okay. Much better. Thank you.
This is fine. I'm fine.
Nice.
Now I'm stressed.
Don't be. It'll be fine. I mean, this is fun, you know?
For you.
True. I'm gonna go around
Maybe.
water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, goodness.
I don't know what to do. This is difficult.
I know. It's okay.
Wait,
We've honestly been in worse, I feel like. So.
Which is, it's always so difficult to move forward. We get 2 steps forward, and then they get like 10 steps ahead, and then we're.
It's like real life.
Let me tell you, Harhale was this close to going with them.
I believe it.
That close.
It would have been very interesting.
After those points I took from I would have been down to 0 if I didn't take my rest. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't go, because if you went, then I would have went, and I'm sure I would have gotten.
Oh no, it would have been way too late. Like they
Oh,
were
yeah.
they were
They
out
were
the
out
door.
here.
You wouldn't have caught up with me. But
Well, I heard something, and I probably would have checked on everyone and saw that you were gone, and probably would have went to look for you.
I don't know if you could have, but
Basically, the way this happened, he doesn't have the capability of doing the teleport spell on his own. He was using a spell scroll to do it. And he rolled well with the spell scroll, with the use. However, he didn't roll well with the mishap possibility because he'd only gotten a description of the area and everything. But all this to say, though, teleport happens instantaneously. So once they were ready, he was ready to go. So if she had stepped in, they would have poofed out immediately after. And since you didn't immediately follow after the footsteps and stuff, they would have been gone before you were able to search and follow them. Unfortunately. But it never happened, so it's all meaningless.
Yay.
if I had finished my long rest, I would have been gone. You would have gone with him.
It would have been interesting. And I was making a timeline for all the events happening all at once and stuff. And I'm like,
I'm just curious how that could/would work, like if the party split like that.
Well, I would take I would take some time to focus on you, probably like 30 minutes or so, and then I'd return to them.
What's up, kids? What's
Because that was actually like a lot of me deciding not to go with them. Was I wasn't sure how we would handle that, like for the session itself.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I know that,
What happened? What does she know now?
Is that trying to get back with them would be harder because you need a caster that knows the spell's circle to get you back to wherever it was at. So the main thing would have been you probably wouldn't be able to meet up very easily.
yeah. But Karhale is a very reckless, emotional person.
Very
And she
true.
would not have thought that far in advance. Oh, I, as a player, I was this to Nathan. I was this close to going with them to Iran.
Should have done it.
About that close.
Nathan would have. He likes throwing wrenches.
But I don't like romance, so.
Says the man who has a crazy stalker lady still after you.
Main word, stalker.
You said some flirtatious lines to her that really
and Tresemme, okay,
and kissed her.
Huh?
You kissed her multiple times.
And Tresemme, poor Tresemme, did with no eyes because of you.
Oh, she's
dead.
That was a misunderstanding.
Well,
Tresemme is totally dead.
Tresemme's dead. Poor thing.
No.
Poor
better
thing.
to be dead than to be blind, right? No.
True. No, I just said true because it sounded true until it registered.
Dead.
Anyway, I have a blind friend that I love very much. Anyway, so back into this. Down at the bottom of the big pit here, Karhale, Shy, you guys are looking down. You're kind of like, are you guys good? And your voice is getting lost in the wind. But Kanara, you and Anala down below. What do you guys do?
Ow.
What a great beginning.
I will leave Anala here, I guess, and go get Karhale.
Okay. Roll me 2 consecutive acrobatics checks.
Guys, this is not. I don't like this. This is rough. Like getting up and down.
We've been in worse. We've been in worse.
2 consecutive ones.
Yeah. So
Are they
first half of the journey, second half of the
Are
journey.
they getting any easier now that I've done this run?
A little bit. It's just buffeting wings. It's just hard. Sorry, not acrobatics, athletics checks.
Oh, athletics checks.
Mm-hmm.
18 and 22.
I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I'm flipping in my mind of what's going on. It was the original acrobatics checks. I was right the first time.
They're both over 20, I think, then.
Okay.
I'm
You're fine.
pretty sure.
18 is pretty high anyway. What's it called? You make it up easily enough. No real trouble. It's just hard, and it's going to
Okay.
continue just being hard because it's just a hard thing, you know.
So, here's my
It's
plan.
not necessarily like it's not something that you can like memorize how to do because like
Right.
every time you do it, it's just going to be something you hopefully can do, kind of thing.
Okay.
So Karhale, your turn.
No, wait.
Or
I'm going to explain to them what it's like and what's going on at the bottom. I'm going to say, Kahale, Shy, you two should morph, do your little animal thing. A Toll can get on the sword with me. That way I'll only take one more trip down.
And Shy and I should both crawl onto the sword in whatever form we chose.
Yeah, into my little
So we don't, you know.
No,
cause
into
Terminal velocity is still a thing in a fantasy world.
No, we're not testing this. Remember?
just drop you.
It's
even if
still-
you fall, it might not be that bad, like you said. However, you're trying to avoid it.
I would rather not.
Okay. So I will put them
Okay.
both in my pockets for now, and then
Something good.
What do you guys turn into?
How big are the giant spiders?
Pretty big.
we gotta turn into something titty tiny. Titty tiny, like the size of a titty.
What's something that has dark vision? Something quick.
bat?
I can't do
Well, it has
flying.
blind sight.
I can't do flying.
A maimed bat. Just
Can I do a bat with clipped wings?
A raccoon has dark vision.
That's too big, guys. You need to be something
That is
like,
too big.
like a little, just a chinchilla
It's a
or
little
something.
badger.
A chinchilla.
What are those little things? What are those those little guys called? They're like
Roll me a nature check, Carly.
Okay.
And Shy, do you have an animal in mind, or are you trying to think of something?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a badger.
that's too big, Nathan.
That's too
Big.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Badgers are tiny.
I'm just
Badgers are big. They're
pocket.
like
My
they're heavy too.
nature
big.
check. My nature check is a 19.
Ooh.
19. Okay, pretty good. Let's see. As we look through the list itself. Oh wait, no, I have that big list. Okay.
You could be
Oh,
a
no,
flying
you sent
squirrel.
that to me.
Yeah. Look at that, because it has labeled dark vision on there.
I'll just be a little. Well, let me just Google dark vision. And
A
could be-
mouse has dark vision.
You could be a flying squirrel.
Well, we can't do animals. Wait, flying squirrels don't technically fly. They glide. DM,
That's true. That's true.
will you allow it?
And they're
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
tiny.
a flipping flying
I
squirrel.
would agree. I would agree. It glides. It does not fly. So you would not be able to fly upwards using it.
But I could glide down, hypothetically. I'm a flipping flying squirrel, man.
Shy, what do you choose? A mouse does have dark vision, by the way.
a cat.
Cats do not have dark vision, according to the DMG.
Do I need dark vision?
Just in case, you will be pitch black darkness if you stay as a cat. You can change out of it, but you'll still be losing one of your shape changes.
I'll just be Carhale.
Say it again.
Flying
It'll
squirrel.
just be like Carhale.
Flying squirrels in Canari's pockets.
You are becoming a flying squirrel as well.
Me? No, I'm becoming a cat.
Okay, The
What
cat's still pretty big.
of pocket size do you
Pocket
need
size.
under?
Yeah.
Are you
A small cat, a
a
kitten.
kitten? Like a baby kitten?
A kitten.
Like the ones that are like
Why not choose something that can, if we fall, glide down to safety?
Terminal velocity.
terminal
Terminal velocity
my
is this
word.
in
Whatever.
D&D.
Nathan,
Let him be the little baby cat. That's his.
I mean,
right.
if you were gonna do that, why wouldn't you go for something with like at least the chance of not taking damage? Because if you take terminal velocity damage, you'll still be taking that to yourself because you have
Oh,
one
there's
hit
no
point right
reason.
now extra
We need to
because of
remember
this
the
creature.
keyless goldfish incident.
But not to say that you guys won't take that you guys will be taking so much damage, but you guys aren't going to be taking a long rest anytime soon. So the thing will be to be avoiding chipping damage as you guys go along here, to whatever traps and whatnot. But anyway, either which way,
I am un kitten.
squirrel and kitten, poof! You both poof out, and the little kitten and the little squirrel and everything. And Kanari, you're kind of like, as you
I'm
reach
gonna,
down,
like,
look
bat.
up,
I'm gonna bat Carhole in the head. Bop.
and you
And,
just
like,
kind of like
picks them up,
whack the
I am
side
not
of the squirrel.
Mother material. Stop it. And just put them in different pockets. Like
You guys are smothered, and it's hard to breathe, but you guys aren't supposed to breathe, so that's probably for the best.
and then I'll tell the Cole to get on and say, please try not to fall, okay? Oh gosh.
I'll do my best. Wow. And she kind of like there's definite nervousness as she steps out onto the thing with you. She is not very well versed in this, so she will have disadvantage. If you want, Kanari, you can impose disadvantage on yourself to try to hold her steady as you go. And therefore, basically, you would switch her disadvantage to your own.
All right. She has disadvantage?
She does, because she's never really flown on your sword before.
That's fine, I guess.
If you want, you don't have to. She
No,
can just
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, that.
So this will be a straight roll. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so as you start flying downwards, she does. What did you get?
A 19.
19. That's really good, even with the disadvantage. Awesome. So as you guys are descending, she does get a +6. That's pretty good. So as you guys are descending, there's a moment where she really wobbles, but since your hand's on her, she's able to right herself a little bit, and she's like, "This is so weird!" shouting it through the wind.
Hold your breath! She's saying this in my head. I connect with her.
And then her eyes open up again, and she like clamps her mouth shut, letting the air that was escaped caused it to be a little more hard for her. But as it doesn't take that long to get down, she probably has at least 30 seconds to get down before she ends up having to take a breath. So once you guys get to the lower edge, though, you guys find Inala at the end here. And the noxious gas is still all around you guys. So as you guys are down here, you guys will still have to continue holding your breaths or risk the gas itself.
So here's going to be the interesting part, because Carhale theoretically needs to be out of wild shape form to cast the spell. And Nala's balanced on the edge.
There's only room for one on that edge.
Hold on. Okay.
Barely room for Carhale, probably.
Does Inala have like any like pitons or like
I was
any
looking to see if
I
do.
daggers that she could?
Yeah,
hold on
that's
to?
what I was thinking. I was about to say, does we have any like just like
I
hold
have
herself?
10 of them.
Okay, just like
Yeah.
give yourself a little props to stand on. So you're just like
Okay, that's cool. So as they go up, you're like, okay, so Carhale's gonna have to be at this door. I'm gonna have to set up some sort of way that I can be out of this ledge, but also out of the sludge. So you set up some pitons for yourself. Go ahead, roll me a survival check with advantage. because you're good at using pythons and you know how to like hammer them in and everything. But this will just determine how well you can do it where it won't budge. And you can balance
16.
out. 16? Okay,
Mhm.
so you stand out. Super easy for you, honestly, because climbing skills and just your familiarity with the stuff. You are standing right at the edge and trying to keep your body away from the slick wall here. But you're standing and you're out of the way.
Bless you.
Oh my gosh. You guys get down below with the all the friends in tow. And Kanari, you pull out the little sorry, roll me a second time for the descent. There's 2 rolls here. And she rolls better this time. So
Muted.
still good.
Okay. That is a 22.
22. Successful. So you guys both get down to the bottom without any trouble here. Now at the bottom, what are you doing?
Yes, I will pull Karhale out of my pocket and my link with her and say, okay, I'm going to toss you onto this ledge. Go ahead and then shape change. Not really toss you, I'm getting close.
I like skitter to the edge of her hands, and then I hop down and I glide down to the
And
wall,
finger
and I
magic, baby.
back out into my very large Earth Genasi self.
And you land, and it's thin. This like little ledge here, you're pretty big, and you're like, there's a wobbly moment of you trying to like regain your balance and everything, and then you like try to like scrunch up against the stone wall here, the stone door here, and you're good.
They're my friends. It's okay.
And you look down below, and like just a foot below is where that level of sludge is, and you're like, oh. What do you do to the stone?
I give Inala a little sup nod, and I'm going to attempt to move the frickin' stone.
Okay, so you start.
Oh wait, I say to Kanari in her head, I'm like, Inala said it's good to move this, right? We're good.
Yeah. You should be fine. Just try not to knock the things onto Anala.
Oh yeah, we're going inward. Gotcha. Okay, so I try to push inward.
Okay, so as you do so, roll me a wisdom check as you are trying to control stone to the best of your ability.
Straight wisdom?
Yes.
Cool. That is a... Oh, my wisdom's just 1. 18.
18. Okay.
I was looking at nature.
So, as you are shoving forward, trying to guide the stone, how are you trying to shape it here? Are you trying to okay, so as you shove forward, it will not budge. It's right now the pressure that's on top of it is so heavy that you cannot physically push it. Instead, what you have to do will be to like break away, crumble away some part of it so that it
That's
loosens.
what I was kind of intending. I was kind of intending to just crumble out enough for us to get through.
Oh, so you're just trying to basically punch out a hole.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So as you're shoving through, I'm gonna roll. You as you're starting to break apart and crumble, you guys see these spider cracks as Karhale starts to impress her will upon the stone, and these spider cracks rising up in kind of the shape big enough for all of you guys to fit through, and starting to crumble away. You guys hear a groaning in the rocks above you guys and just the ground itself. Okay, so as it cracks and cracks and cracks and you get this hole, you see that your spider cracking and your like manipulation of the stone was this very controlled little hole here that was just the size that you guys needed, and hopefully it would have been okay in the grand scheme of the rest of the door, the rest of the stone holding up this weight, except as you're creating these cracks, some of the cracks go beyond what you were creating yourself. They start spider cracking up the whole door, in which case the whole thing seems to be becoming the whole door itself that seems to be this just holding up this part of the ceiling. In theory, this part of this tunnel here starts to crack, and you hear the rocks rumbling and groaning below. And you stop in that moment. The cracks are there. You could kick it in and knock the rocks out on the other side, but you're not sure if that's the best idea.
Hey, Canary, I may have messed up. It's fine now. But if I punch this in, bad things might happen.
Okay, I'm confused and damn. Didn't you just basically say they raised like a wall of stones? Isn't she just knocking down that wall of stones? It's not supporting anything.
It's not a wall of stones. It's just a wall made of stone. It's in essence, whoever created this, it wasn't meant to be gone through another time. So whatever level this is a very unstable level down below the ground. Like this stone wall, what you're realizing now, Karhali, this stone wall is one of the
load bearing
walls.
Yeah, this is a very load bearing wall here. And that was probably intentional for the people that were trying to block this off from the rest of the crypt that might have dangerous creatures in it.
There's no way really around it or any way to...
Karhali might be able to replace the load bearing.
Stabilize it?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a new wisdom check as you try to stabilize it as best you know how, as you're trying to sense and like reach into the earth to sense where the best places could be.
30-20.
Oh, nice. Okay, so as it's cracking and everything, you're trying to think it through, and there's no real science that's going on in your mind except just the feel of the earth itself and your understanding of the earth. And then you start to raise your hand, and you're trying to you feel cracks, you feel these spaces in the ground above you, and you start to try to seal them, trying to tighten it. Then you raise up a couple columns of stone next to you. It takes a few minutes. It takes a bit of time here, maybe 15 minutes overall, for you to get it into a spot that feels stable enough for you to kick the rocks down and probably take the weight of the load-bearing wall here. As you put some columns next to you, it makes the space that you're in even smaller. Actually, to get those columns to be big enough, it's going to be a squeeze for you to get through, but you can no longer balance on this ledge. However, I'd say you probably just take a couple extra minutes to create a little ledge, opening the ledge a bit so that you have more space to work with. Anyway, you create that load-bearing something to take off the weight, and then you kick the door in, and nothing crumbles. You hear a little bit of the grating, and there's a moment of frozen breath, but it doesn't happen. You think it's unstable, but it's not gonna break yet.
Like me. I give the wall a pat.
It is pitch black darkness on the other side, by the way. And as you guys have been kind of in this dank heat so far within the sewers and down here, your hand goes through and it's almost completely cold.
Oh, thank Taylor.
It's cold.
The difference is between regular room temperature and putting your hand in, feeling a fridge.
Interesting. All right, well, I will start so we can get through. So I guess Karhali will probably go first.
Yes.
You squeeze through. It's kind of a tough fit. The hole's not super big for you, but it's enough. And so you squeeze yourself through and come out on the other side. It's quiet, but there's also different sounds that are just in the ambiance down here. As you come out on the other side, it smells kind of musty
but I can breathe
rotten a little bit down below. Yeah, you can breathe better.
Okay, cool. Great.
Shy hears how do snakes hiss? I can't. That's a cat hiss.
Oh yeah. I think it's just
yeah, and then just She kept doing different pockets. She's got a lot of pockets in her pants. She's got like those like pocket cargo pants going on, like. But anyway, so I will offload a toll.
We're all just a bunch of dorks in cargo pants, aren't we?
Well, Kanari's pants are the loose kind, so you can't really. They don't look like they have pockets. You know what I mean? Like the ones that have like, when you have like those Floyd pants and also your hands like, oh, there are pockets in these pants. She's just got lots of pockets like throughout.
Carholly's got cargo pants.
Yes, Carholly has cargo pants.
Pockets, straps, all of the things.
So yeah, I'll like offload a toll so she can jump off on the ledge and crawl through. And then tell Anala, all right, you might want to climb back down to the ledge, make sure she can get onto the ledge, and then I'll follow suit with him.
Chuck shy through.
No, I'll just keep him in my pocket till I get through, and then be like, okay, buddy.
Okay, so you guys all get through. A tall scrambles through first, and all climbs down. A Kanari coming up in the rear here, and you guys come through. Carholly, do you leave this opening?
Little Kitty's gonna look up to you like,
Oh, I'll look around to the group. Should I leave this open?
Probably, because we're not going to make a quick escape from here, realistically. Like, it would...
Well, here's the thing. This is not a viable escape option for us.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, basically. Like, this is not the escape path for us to take.
I can try to seal it up again.
Go for it.
All right.
And I'll work on trying to seal it back up.
Okay. It takes you another like 10 minutes or so to get the stone in the right place and to make sure that there's no more cracking from your manipulating of the stone again. But you're easily enough able to do so. Next will be you guys. Not next. You guys are in a dark, no longer wind blowing, no longer loud. It's quiet. But there are sounds of scuffling, sounds of creeping, crawly things and such. And it's cold within here. It's a very different shift here as you guys step deeper into the crypt. As you guys continue forward, is the lineup different? Right now I have it listed as Shy, Kanari, Carholly, Atoll, and Anala in the back.
I'm gonna...
Wait, say that again?
I have Shy first, Kanari taking up right behind him, Carholly in the center, Atoll, and then Anala.
I feel like the people with the good senses, one should be in the front, one should be in the back. So Kanari or Shy, one of you should be in the back.
I don't care. I'll go in the back. That's fine. I can probably listen further than Shy can see around a bunch of people. I mean, see around people. If he's
Shy won't be able to see around in the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
my kitten has no dark vision.
So as you guys,
and then pounce, and it's like batting a little beetle.
Oh my.
Oh, that's true. Shy, are you gonna stay as a kitten?
Meow.
Okay. So as you guys continue forward, then Shy is in. Are you in front then?
What?
Since Shy is staying as a cat, are you going to be in front?
Yes, I'll be in the front.
So, for all intents and purposes, Shy is not with us. Well, in the sense of like,
I'm just picturing little Simba. It means no worries.
Exactly. As you guys continue downwards. Okay, Kanari, roll me a D. Okay, so since you're kind of like navigating ahead, roll me one, just a D20, and then two, roll me a. What are you guys looking for? Actually, are you guys just going forward?
We want to know what's going on down here. Like, what do we, obviously, Kanari, what does she hear? What does she smell?
I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Are you guys moving stealthily?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
It means you will be moving very slowly. Is that okay?
Or can I cast Pass Without a Trace and we just roll at disadvantage? for moving fast?
Like normally, not.
So I would say, yeah, sure. We can go with you guys moving at a normal speed, not quickly, but normal speed forward and at disadvantage for stealth.
But
Sure.
we
Go ahead.
have without a
So you
trace.
cast it. Everybody go ahead and roll your stealth checks. Inala, yours will be at a straight roll because of your hood.
For the D20, DM, I rolled a 11.
Okay, cool. And then for your perception check, sorry, perception.
Yes. Let me do that one. 24.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What did you just say for the D20 you rolled?
11?
11. Okay, thank you. And okay, so as you're listening ahead, you hear okay, so as you guys are going forward, you do hear behind you actually this like rumbling as you're kind of reaching out with your senses, and you can feel the tremors through your legs. Karhala, you feel this too. You feel it in your bones. But Kanari, you also sense that the dislodging, that the messing with the unstable ceiling here and the load bearing wall or whatever has apparently caused more issues in the back there. It's a good thing that you guys started moving immediately, and you can sense that things are starting to collapse in the back, and you guys will have to run forward as it starts collapsing behind you, and you're like, okay, go, and everything starts rumbling and cracking apart. So as you guys
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab some cold medicine for Josh. Give me 1 second.
No worries. I thought she said on her way back, and then I was like, wait, what? In game?
Is fine.
Totally fine. Totally fine.
We're fine. Oh, just as a note to the potions that we've accumulated, the ones that they gave us in Khell, I'd say those probably went to Inala, Shai, and Kanari.
Okay.
And then I slipped the Likuth to Inala.
Okay. So Inala, it gives a +2 to AC. Keep in mind, Karhale, that it might be more useful for someone else who doesn't have advantage on the roll in the first place.
I thought it was for stealth checks.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you said AC.
You said I thought sorry, not AC. Stealth checks. But did you say Inala or did you say Atoll?
I guess that makes sense to give it to someone who is a little bit less stealthy.
Because she's genuinely like got a lot of buffs for stealth. She's got her expert in stealth and she's got the advantage.
That's true. I would keep that for myself then.
Okay.
And
Baby Obaka for anyone else?
Does Shai currently have a drop of Big Obaka?
Shai does not currently have it, I don't think.
We got 2. And I gave one to him, and I don't recall him using it.
If you do not have it in your inventory, you do not have it anymore, Shai.
I don't think so.
Because I gave you one, and I don't remember you using it.
What does it do
You
again?
gave me one?
It's advantage on strength.
I believe I do remember this as well, but if you did not write it down, Shai, then you do not have it. It probably you probably left it behind accidentally or something.
No, it was probably taken when I had all my stuff taken because I only have 5.
Well,
items.
you didn't meet anyone until you didn't have the stuff, so
Yeah, I only have 5.
You didn't know them previous to that, so
I only have 5
it would have happened after.
inventory items currently.
Okay. So if Shai had gotten it, then it was left behind. He probably didn't realize the significance of it at the time.
Because I did 100% give it to him.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have very many bags, and he probably just didn't think about it.
Yep, that tracks.
Next, though, as you guys, any other potions and figuring out who has them. So, how many? Does everyone know how many health potions that they have?
Yep.
Yes. Jaskier gave me 2. He gave me a regular healing potion and a healing draught.
So, and the 3 that were given to you are going to Kanari, Enola, and Shai, respectively, right?
Yes.
Actually, I have 2 healing potions.
So we're
Well,
getting
then I will
another
give
one.
Kanari's to Atoll.
I have
Cool, cool,
one
cool.
healing drought. Then I have 5 unknown potions. I should probably see what those are eventually.
Yeah, you should probably, maybe after this, I can look at them. Maybe when we're not running from a collapsing tunnel, we can.
Oh yes. So back to the collapsing tunnel. So as you guys take off running past this collapsing tunnel,
Did you
everybody
want
go
our
ahead
stealth checks?
and some
It
athletics
doesn't
checks.
matter now.
We're
'Cause
not
we're running
stealthing
from a
anymore?
tunnel collapse.
Oh, okay.
Roll me dexterity saving throws, actually. As you guys all sprint out of the way, as the fall in behind you is all the rocks are falling down. The rubble falling down on you, and it's cracking above you. And you see the spider cracking above you guys, reaching out farther down the hallway, and you guys are trying to get to a place where it's no longer unstable. What is your role, Shai?
I'm going to jump onto Kanari's neck.
Oh yeah, you're still in her
Oh,
pocket.
yeah.
Never mind, you're with Kanari. Enola,
18.
16,
18.
18. Good. Kanari,
Good.
27.
you're like
I can do the math.
Karhale.
I'm like the dog sitting outside his window. My hair's like just being blown back as Kanari like ducks and weaves, and I'm just sitting there like, nice. Kanari's
Five?
Karhale's head.
Oof. Okay, so everyone's running ahead. Even Atoll is like running ahead and keeping up with Enola here. But on the backside, Enola, you do notice that Karhale is falling behind, and Atoll turns around. She's like, "Come on, go! You have to get out of here!" And you guys come up to Kanari, Enola. You guys come up to this edge. Kanari probably gets there without even realizing that they've lost Karhala in the wayside. And Atoll and all, you guys see the cracking above you, and it's falling, and you guys are like pushing yourself out of the way, just naturally saving yourselves, right? But you get to this threshold that opens into a branching tunnel here. This tunnel seems like it breaks into a T going into 2 different directions here. And you guys stepping over that threshold, it seems like this is stable and everything's collapsing within this tunnel that leads to this hole. This tunnel that leads to the hole seems to be rougher of sorts than the one that you guys step into. This one seems more man-made and very regular man-made and stable, basically. So as you guys turn around, you guys see Karhale getting lost in the falling rubble as she gets caught behind as a rock slams into the back of her shoulder, and she's buried a few feet back. So, Karhale, as you are buried in the fallen stone here, roll me. Let's see. We'll go 3d12, and that'll be the bludgeoning damage you take.
I'm surprised that's all it was.
Nice.
She's
Nice.
made out of stone, so my so this is kind of more. It's kind of her home in a sense. She's part stone. Mm-hmm.
That could have been so much worse. I rolled a 2, a 3, and a 5.
Wow.
Okay,
That
2,
could have
3, and
been
5.
so much worse.
So it ends up falling on you in this way that doesn't quite put a lot of weight on you. The way the stacks fall upon you, the weight's distributed to the sides rather than directly on you, but you are definitely immobilized. You are presently restrained by the stone as you are covered in it, and you cannot breathe from here. So you guys see her disappear probably about
Meow?
She's made of stone. She'll be fine. Girl,
she's
quit playing in the dirt.
about
Let's go.
8 feet in that you guys will have to fight through to get to her. How do you wish to what do you guys do?
Well, crap.
Frick, frack, clickety clack.
Okay, I'm
It
gonna
was still
start.
collapsing, right? And coming towards us? Or did it stop right at where Carhole was?
She's 8 feet back from the door, like from where the tunnel splits, which is where it's stabilized, basically.
Okay.
So you guys are right at the end. You guys come to this key intersection here. You guys do see beyond. It's pitch black darkness. Only Inala, you and Shy, you guys can see because of the dark vision. Never mind. But you guys, it looks like the crypt. You guys see what looks to be multiple rooms lined up and bodies lining up, each of them, and all those bodies are presently standing straight up.
Wait, what?
You guys have re-entered a part of a crypt here, and so you guys see what look to be like undead out of their tombs here, standing still. Some of them notice you guys, and their heads kind of like creak in your direction as this thing has fallen here. And Atol's like, oh crap, and she whips out her sword and she like gets ready for them, and they start kind of stumbling, rumbling towards you guys, all of them kind of groaning. These are far more skeletons than they are zombies. These do not seem to be any non-decomposed bodies here. All of them are skeletons, just creaking and clacking towards you guys on these like wobbling feet. And as they get closer, you guys see them kind of freeze up for a second, and then they all collapse. And they all collapse down to the ground, and the skeletons themselves cracking on the stone and splitting up into pieces. You guys saw like a large group of them, maybe like 15 or so within the first room of the crypt here, and they all drop and crumble to pieces. By pieces, I mean back to regular skeletons. So, anyway, turning back to where is buried presently.
That was weird.
Before you drown, before you suffocate, how do you guys get around?
I can't use Mage Hand to help move the rocks, right? Because they can't hold more than 10 pounds, right?
As a tiny.
Well, you could. It will slow. It'll be slow going.
Okay, then I'll do that.
What did you say, Shy?
As
and
a
you start
miniaturized kitten, I shall creep my way through the crevices to Carhole.
To do what?
Give me a. We'll say this is. We'll give it an acrobatics check, but it will be as the cat.
Yeah.
So a dexterity check. Do you have the cat stats up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that is a 15.
15. You start squeezing yourself through some cracks here and there, getting through some of them, but at a certain point, it becomes impossible to keep going forward because the air is cut off where Carhole is at. You get about 4 feet in, maybe about halfway, and you're stuck. You can't find any more cracks to get through.
I will drop my wild shape then.
Okay, so you size up from this little ball where you had about this much space, not even, probably like that much space, a little ball, and then you shift up into your normal size. Roll me 3d12 as you start forcing the rocks to displace, and this is just force damage.
I get what you were going for, but
And you feel the rumbling of the rocks shifting and everything. Karhale, you feel them all shifting around you. And I would say probably one of the rocks displaces enough to where it's no longer airtight, and you feel this like rush of like cool air coming from beyond. Wait, what happened?
Dropped my dice table on the floor.
Oh,
It's
you
whatever.
made me think you rolled like all 12s or something.
Well, that wouldn't matter, but pick
What's
up
it called? Yeah. And so you feel
537.
wow. How many for the damage?
23.
23. Okay, so
You know, I was just gonna wild shape into something small that can crawl through. I was giving somebody a chance to be creative if they wanted, but
well, I was just going to start pulling the rocks out, but
after
And I
they
use-
want
so
to crush,
they start digging. You guys start digging.
Oh,
It is
I
still
was
really-
creative.
Karhale, even if you started crawling out, the same problem would have come about, being the at a certain point it gets stuck because you can't push through where it's the air is cut off. Like there were no cracks in certain spots. But Shy doing what he did, shifting up, taking the damage and everything, does kind of dislodge the rocks to where there might be some cracks that you might be able to slip through. However, it also shifts the rocks that were keeping the weight off of you right now. Because he changed the entire form. Like all the rocks had to shift to make space. So we are going to be re-rolling damage for you as the rocks crush down on you, squeezing down on you. So I'm going to roll.
God,
3d12.
hold still. You were making it worse.
It's worse and better at the same time. So we have 29 points of bludgeoning damage. Squeeze as the rocks, like
you
whatever.
couldn't let me roll those.
I know you roll too well. I'm rolling for you now. What's it called? As it squeezes down on you and everything, you feel the pressure increase.
29?
Some of them piercing into your body, and the bludgeoning / piercing damage here is very painful for you. 29, yes. So,
I'm gonna start pulling the rocks off.
yeah. So you guys just keep on pulling on them and everything, and you guys have no creatures nearby as of now that seem to be the undead that were nearby have dropped to the ground here. So as you guys start doing so, Shy, you are presently within the rubble here. How much damage did you take, by the way?
I told you. I don't remember now.
Oh, but you wrote it down?
Well, I told you too. I don't remember what I said.
Oh, well, my concern is just, did you write it down?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're good. Either which way, you are presently also trapped within the rock.
Okay.
So you guys continue digging them out. Do you guys just continue doing that? Does anyone else do anything different, or will we just rule that you guys will spend the time to dig them out?
I mean, I have a 19 strength, so I hope that counts for something. I ain't no.
Oh, you have 19
Yeah,
strength.
that's true.
I-
We'll have you both
Wow.
roll athletics checks. Is anyone else doing anything creative among the people that are trapped right now? You are both restrained.
I was just using Mage Hand to help move. Well,
I'm just going to wait. I would have done something, but then I felt everything shift, and then it hurt a lot. So
Okay.
I'm just going to not move.
It is true. If you
Yeah.
shrunk, you may have changed the weight, the thing again, and it would have all shifted again and crushed more.
I'm just
So-
going, since I can breathe, I'm like, okay, this
Big
is
brain.
fine.
Kanari, what were you doing?
I have Potter's tools. Is there anything in my Potter's tools that would be useful?
I don't think so. Not in this case. Maybe if you had masonry tools.
No, I don't. I have
Hey,
Potter's
being creative, I appreciate. So as you with your strength, with the strength that you're that you got, you're doing pretty good. So go ahead, both of you guys roll me athletics checks. Nala, you can roll with advantage because you're using the mage hand in addition.
The question is, should I rage? That's the real question.
Should you rage?
And you'll size up even more.
Mm-hmm.
20.
And hurt me. Please don't.
20.
Not
Okay.
necessarily.
So Kanari, you get a 20, and Anala?
18.
18. Okay, you guys both rolled pretty well. So it takes you guys probably about 30 minutes or so to be able to dig them out fully. But that could have been a lot worse. You guys are able to do it in a way that's safe as you guys are going about, and Nala's picking out, okay, that one looks to be load bearing for the entire rock slide here. And if we shift it, we might cause damage to the ones that are trapped here. And you guys keep on going through. You guys get to Shy first, and he's disguised out. And then you guys keep going through for Karhale, and you finally get to her and pull her out. As you guys, like, she's kind of like lodged in there at this point. So you guys have to like really tug on her to yank her out. And then you guys see the rest of the rocks kind of like crumble behind as you guys pull her out towards the archway, towards the main area. Whew! So you guys are out. She looks worse for her.
Me getting killed in a rock slide. That would have been funny.
And she kind of dusts
Whole
herself off
laughs
a little bit.
awkwardly of like the whole situation there. She was keeping an eye out to the rest of the cavern here, making sure nothing approaches and everything. And she goes, "Hey, whatever those, I don't know what happened with the skeletons and stuff, but beyond that, I did see some shadows moving in the distance. I don't know, like I can't see very well, but some stuff is out there, whatever it is."
You know,
Stuff
you've
is
got,
out.
and I tap Lilo there.
Mm-hmm.
You have that.
I'd say she has lit it at this
Okay.
point, but beyond the light that she has, there seems to be other creatures and stuff. And she also goes, "Do you want me to keep the light up? Because it might draw in anything that sees it, you know?"
It does draw in the scroll that the Stygian seems to attract. As much as I hate it, we might need to put it down.
And she kind of bumps the handle and whispers the word, and you're back in darkness. But you guys are all out. So, as you guys are proceeding forward, are you guys looking for, what are you guys trying to do to make your path here? Are you guys trying to find maybe remnants of Hangguan Jun? However, the thing is that he probably didn't go through this door because because it was still up like it was, unless he had a way to get through it, which is also possible.
I mean, I can't do anything as far as looking for things goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to look around. I'll try to smell. I know what he smells like, and
I mean,
Okay.
I
Can
don't
I
know.
use the scrying eye, maybe?
I would save that for, well,
that?
You want to use it? You have 2 scries left, Karhale, and Nala
I
has a
do.
scry.
I could use it. I've got a little bit more running through me. I could scry on
no.
him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you drink that stuff.
It's far more likely that Karhale's will work, since the scrying eye is a DC 12.
Go for it. Got nothing to lose right now.
If you want to do it, go for it, but no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
and Karhale kind of bumps her shoulder a little.
Yeah, no pressure.
And I'll,
We don't have anything that belongs to him, anything like that.
dang, we should have asked.
Do you guys have any tokens left?
I think I do have one of the flight tokens. The
That's what
feathers.
Even if it's a crumble token, like a used token, it would still work.
I think I still have one. Oh.
What do you mean by token?
Like the feather fall things that he gave us to help us fly.
Mhm.
I do have
They
one.
were
I've been
held by
saving it.
Dini and Sidri, but they were owned by Hong Wenjun. He's the one who made them.
I do have one, so I'll let her hold it. Don't
Ooh!
break it.
Perfect.
I'm
So
not-
you hand over, and she like there's this moment where you're like, oh, if I just twitch, I will crumble this in my hand because you're just so strong, Carhele. But you don't, and you hold it flat, and your eyes go black.
And I'll
So you
look
guys
for Hongwanjun.
can't see it, but you guys do hear this like slick sound of like a flap of like liquid or something slipping over her eyes and starting to dribble down her cheeks as some of the venom pulls out of her blood and falls into her eyes here. So as you look beyond, I will roll for him. However, it's a -5 because of the object that you're holding that is his. Let me look that up and double check. It might be
-5.
more. A -5.
It is 5.
Amazing. Okay, he fails. Yes. Let's go. As you open your eyes to Hong Wanjun.
He's dead.
It's dark. It's darkness, and somehow you know right off the bat that it's pitch black darkness. However, you can still see through it in this magical eye that you're creating in this space. And you look down upon a body. Your eyes, by the way, they travel through the tunnels like faster than the eye can actually grasp, but you're just going through tunnel until finally you stop over this body lying held up by both arms, being dragged forward, blood trailing behind, and what looked to be acolytes dragging him. About 4 of them in this group that are surrounding him, and he, Hong Wanjun, seems to have multiple injuries. Roll me a perception check.
Okay, could be worse, could be worse, could be worse. 15.
15. Pretty good. You can tell by looking at him and the injuries he has, not only are they injuries from what look to be, well, you can see bruising on his pale only skin, but also you can tell that there seems to be like bite marks and some sort of and they're familiar to you because you fought a worm before. So he has both injuries from acolytes, these monks, the bruising, and from what seems to be some sort of worm, sandworm. And as you look to the surroundings as he's being dragged down this tunnel further down, he's just being dragged slowly here. You can tell that the walls that they are presently in are circular. It's not rectangular tunnels like you have down here where you guys are at within the crypt. Instead, they are walking down what must be a burrowed tunnel by a sandworm.
Okay.
And then you're back in your own body.
Okay. It could be worse. It could be worse. Could be worse. Okay.
What did you find?
They have a sandworm of some sort. They're going down tunnels made by a sandworm. Lovely. And kind of looking to Kanari. They had acolytes with him. They were dragging him somewhere. 4 of them.
Do you know which way they're going or where they're going?
Deeper into the tunnels. Further down.
Of course there's freaking acolytes. Why wouldn't there be? I mean, you know. Okay. All right.
We
Do I?
we are in fact outnumbered by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the understatement of this past 6 months that we've had. Man, this has been a long 6 months.
You and I have been through a lot by this point.
DM, is there any way for me to sense where, like I said, is there anything I can smell, anything I can sense about which direction he's gone?
Okay. Roll me that perception check as you start trying to locate his scent.
I can smell you. You can what? 18.
18. Okay, so as you reach out with your senses, you get no scent of Hong Wenjun's. However, you do, as you're kind of like reaching out with your senses and your tremor sense as you're touching the wall of this crypt here and the stone itself that like connects to all the other stone, you can feel as you, or maybe you had felt during the rumbling itself, and every so often the rocks behind you seem to shift and vibrate the rest of the underground tunnels here, but you sense that there are tunnels beyond this crypt here. So if you get out of this crypt, if you can find an entrance, you'll be able to make your way into what seem to be not intentional tunneling beyond the crypt itself.
Okay, so if we can find our way into them.
You're just going to have to find an entrance, like find a hole, basically.
And there's nothing around us to indicate why these skeletons came up and then kind of just collapsed back down.
Does anyone want to roll an Arcana check on the skeletons?
That would be Anala.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an Arcana check.
And Nala, you walk over to one of the skeletons and you kind of crouch down looking at it, trying to ascertain what could have caused it.
Natural 20 for a 20.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're looking at it and you're thinking of all the possibilities, you definitively land on a single concept. This is controlled by the Stygian seal, right? All of these skeletons are only being controlled by the Stygian seal. And without the Stygian seal being accessible, they would all drop. So, based on your understanding and putting together other pieces of all the stuff that's been happening recently and everything, you come to the conclusion that the Stygian seal, it's a soul. It's Xian Wei's soul. And to resurrect Xian Wei, they had to use the Stygian seal. The Stygian seal probably is no longer in existence. With a natural 20.
Have we actually made any progress on this adventure, or have we just collected
have.
one thing?
You guys have. You guys have.
Progress
I mean,
in the wrong
you guys
direction.
weren't really intending to stop him from being resurrected, right? That wasn't really your guys' thing. That was to get the Eldris. But
We
it clicks
haven't
to you and
done
Nala that to be able to resurrect him, they had to use the soul, which was made by, or which was taken out of his body initially. He had weaponized it into using it as a Stygian seal. He'd used it in that specific purpose to be able to call upon armies. And it worked to that benefit, but in so doing, and you recall this from the information you've gathered from Kanari and the information that you just know from legend, is that removing his soul made him no longer morally stable. He no longer cared about his goals. He just had those goals. So therefore, he became a sort of bad guy.
So maybe now that he has his soul back, he's a little bit more himself.
In theory.
In theory. Oh, yeah, I'll relay all of that to them.
Okay.
It could be worse.
You keep saying that, and I don't know
Yeah,
how.
it keeps getting worse.
That's not helpful, Shy.
You guys already know, and you guys have already learned from Carhales putting it together from earlier too, is that Shionwei being resurrected is just one stage. They have to force him to work for them now, which is basically doing what they did to Jen Yin to Shionwei.
I mean, it's still going to take them time to weaponize him. We're not too late.
How much time? I mean, like, knowing them, they'll probably get this done in the next 2 days before we even find them. Like, this is what they've been planning all along.
Well, unfortunately for them, we're finding them today. I told you we're killing some immortals today.
Acolytes aren't immortal, just so you know.
They'll just be bonus.
Okay. Are there... Oh, I guess...
I mean, do you want to kill the acolytes? I can save them for you.
That would be nice, but I don't care that much. Just mostly... just want to kill somebody, so it's fine. Anyway.
I feel like that's a problem we should probably unpack later.
Yeah, I think so too, from Atoll. Should we start moving, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't got time for this.
Hilarious. She goes, with light, without light.
Without light for now.
Okay. Kanari, I think you should be in front.
Sure thing.
And you guys continue. So, whoever's going to be, go ahead, Kanari, roll me, probably Kanari, who's going to be looking for this hole, right? So we'll say you're using a tremor sense for this.
Can I real quick to Atoll, as she snuffs the light out, I'll just give her a nudge and kind of say a little bit lower to her, "Don't worry, kid. The darkness can come for all I care. You're all the light we need."
So Kanari,
Child Carhale, stop hitting
she
on
goes,
her.
she actually goes,
Ew!
I didn't say
Why'd
that.
you have to ruin it?
I didn't say that. What'd you say, Dio?
go ahead and roll me a perception check as you look for a door or an entrance to the worm tunnels here. And Carhale, go ahead and roll me. Give me a. Give me also a perception check.
I was going to ask at some point if we really can't find it. I can try. I can try to talk to the earth and maybe get it to.
How long will you wait before you do that?
Like, I'll see if I'll ask Kanari after like a couple minutes. Like, hey, do you think
This is a big crypt. This is like a full level of a crypt. You guys are below the city, so it's kind of this like the length of the city to an extent, maybe a little smaller.
Okay.
But it will take a couple hours at least to traverse in general.
Okay.
Yes. So the thing about the roll will more so be her luck in going in a direction that is the best choice at the moment. Because you guys come upon multiple different like corridors and leading into just different burial areas. Some of them seem to be for higher ups. Some of them seem to be for important people. You guys come across one that is labeled labeled part of the royal family, actually. One of the oldest crypts here. And
I think we determined that I can cast this ritual while walking if I don't have to watch where I'm going.
exactly.
So while
As long as you're like,
Kanari-
it's not something you are focusing on, is the main thing.
yeah. So I could hypothetically work on this ritual while Kanari's looking. It takes me 10 minutes.
True. If you're just holding on to the group and moving along, that's fair. Don't roll the perception check since you'll be focusing on this.
Okay.
Do you want to wait the period of time it'll take for Kanari to actually look?
No. It'll take me 10 minutes to complete the ritual, and we're kind of on a time crunch. And I feel
Okay.
like it might end up being longer if Kanari's looking.
Okay.
So I'll just I'll put a hand around Inala's arm to have her kind of leading me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as you focus on reaching out, Kanari will so basically there was a period of time that you would need to actually take the time to look and everything. In this case, if she's successful, it will alleviate the period of time anyway. So for Karhale, as you start to try to meld your will with that of the earth around you, as you kind of take a little piece of your own essence and letting it be absorbed by the earth around you and the stone itself, you feel this like rumbling, but it's not physical, it's more metaphysical. You can feel it as the stone around you wakes up of this crypt here. And you hear you wake us up.
Inala kind of feels Karhale's hand tighten around her arm a little bit. There's chaos going on in the earth. I'd like to get rid of it. Can you show me where the chaos is? I'd like to go through where the worms burrow through you.
The worms.
Roll me a... Oh, it goes, the worms. They burrow. They get my skin. But roll me a persuasion check. It's not a very high DC because you pulled the things that are like rolling around in you, messing you up and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at that. As far as my skills go, I suck at everything, but that one I suck less at. 16.
16. Okay. And you hear them go. They go. Goes. Move toward. I'm like trying to think of a way that the stone would get this across because I'm like, left feels go south feels
It can give
anyway.
me a sense.
You see some of
Let
the
me feel
pebbles. You can hear, and Nala, you see, Shy, you see all these pebbles on the ground rolling as though you guys are tilted to the left. And you see the rolling stones just shiver across the floor and run up against the stone. But you guys never shifted. It was as though you had, but you never did. And all these stones within your sight in front of you shift to the left, giving you guys a general direction of where a hole might be found.
A hole.
With that, Kanari, you know the direction to take this search. Exactly. So, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
26.
26. Nice. You guys cut off the amount of time it would have taken you down to about 30 minutes. It's still a period of time, but you guys make it through. getting to probably the closest spot, passing, like I said, different crypts for different characters within the history of Tal, one of them being the royal families, but also not the most immediate royal families. So the son, the kid that was just murdered, assassinated recently, would probably not be within this crypt. He's probably in one of the higher levels. However, this one is probably from some of the oldest of the line. As you guys continue forward, you guys find what looks to be like an eaten away burrowed hole, like opening into a perfectly circular tunnel that leads at a kind of an angle downwards further in. Actually, someone go ahead and roll me a D100, and this is for luck.
Who's rolling it? Do you want me to roll it?
I-
I'll have a Nala roll. Nala, roll me a D100.
Good dice, Juju. Good dice, Juju. Good dice, Juju. I believe in you.
That's the, remind me what 2 dice?
You roll the
So
D10
it's-
and the D100 at the same time.
They both look kind of similar in size.
The percentiles are confusing. I still
They
struggle.
are.
It's the D10 and the what? I'm sorry.
And the
There's
D100.
a double digit. Mm-hmm. Double
It'll say
digits.
like
of
double
0,
0, 04, 06.
Oh. 19.
19. Okay.
Wait. Just to make sure, you rolled a 9 on the D10
Mm-hmm.
and you rolled a 00,
I rolled a 10.
a 10 and a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So as you guys descend downward, go ahead and Nala, give me a D20 roll.
18.
18. Okay, so you guys come to a section of rocks that, as you guys get to this hole in Kanara, you locate it, you hear this crumbling of some of the rocks as there's this shift in the earth, like a little bit of a rumble. A little bit unsteady. But you see some loose rocks falling from the side of it as you guys are nearing it, coming close to you guys. So everybody go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw. Not a full-on collapse, just some rocks that are falling from the ceiling here.
19.
19, good, pass. You not jump out of the way of some falling rocks here. Carly?
Good thing I have
15.
the-
15. Okay, so as you are dodging out of the way, one of them like clips you on the side, but it's not too bad. You're pretty much out of the way. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage just from the rock slapping you across the side. Shy, what'd you get?
12.
12. Okay, so you take on some bigger damage as you find like a pretty large stone hitting you square in the back of your head. But you only take 3 points of damage.
Nice.
I'm annoyed.
Wait, how much
Anyway,
did you take, Carly?
3.
well, and no, Carhale I rolled a D4 for Carhale and got 3, and then I rolled 2 D6s for you and got 3. Anyway,
That tracks.
lovely. So it hits your head, and you barely even notice it. You look over to the side, and you're like, huh. It's like a what's it called? Knocking heads with someone. Anyway, as you guys continue forward, Kanari, what'd you get?
17.
17. Yeah, you dodge out of the way. You're good. So Atoll gets. Oh, she gets hit by a stone as it's falling. Oh, she's not looking too good, guys. But
Oof.
I roll a lot for her. Okay. So now, she's like, ow, that hurt. And her hands start to glow, and she's going to give herself more HP. But she doesn't use all of her healing hands. But she heals herself a bit. Next, as you guys continue through this tunnel here, go ahead and roll me your guys' stealth checks now. You were passing without a tracing, right, Carly?
Yes. Did I
Right, so
get the chance to cast that even before Kanari's because you had Kanari roll for the tunnel collapse before I cast it?
Oh, that's true. I would
said
say
that I was planning to cast, but we hadn't gotten to roll anything yet.
yeah, you guys hadn't gotten to rolling or doing it. I
Okay.
think within the other stuff, you're casting it now, basically,
Okay, cool.
with all the confusion. So you cast it now, and everyone's stepping through into the tunnels here.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll at disadvantage since you guys are going to be moving at a faster speed.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
15.
Plus 10 for everyone for the pass without
Yes.
trace.
Plus 10.
Oh, 25.
Found. I
Wait,
found
Inala,
it.
yours is a straight roll.
20.
Remember?
Yours is a straight roll, Enola. Because
of
you
your
have
cloak.
your hood up.
27.
27, okay.
Then it's a dirty 20 for me.
Nice.
Well, then plus
Hi.
the 10.
32.
Or no.
Oh, a
Yeah,
30.
plus 10.
Also 30.
32. Okay, then everyone's good. As you guys continue.
Mine was a 25.
25. Okay, yeah, everyone's still good as you guys continue deeper, moving quickly, but with the passive without a trace, it's working pretty well. How long does it last?
An hour, I believe.
Okay.
Let me double check.
So as you start trying to navigate down below, you guys, at this point, it's about verging on afternoon at this point. You guys are continuing forward, and okay, yeah. So you guys are continuing forward. Go ahead and roll me for this next section. Shy, go ahead and roll me a d20. Actually, d12, please, as you guys are continuing through. Oh, and who is navigating? Kanari, you are still tracking down Hangwanju? Okay. So as you continue and roll me that perception check
And
as you try to sniff out where you
was-
might be.
I was helping with my talking to the rocks.
True. Definitely helped with finding the hole, and now she is beyond the hole. As you guys step into the tunnels beyond, because that's not what you asked about. Anyway, Kanari, what is your roll?
18.
18. Okay, cool. So as you guys continue forward, Kanari kind of guiding you guys along, you pick up a scent of what you think must be Hong Guanjun's blood here as you guys continue down. Shy?
3.
3. Okay. You guys come to what looks to be a bunch of there's like a bunch of holes on the ground. These pits that are in the ground of this circular tunnel here. All of these pits are hard to see into from the angle until you guys get closer. Do you guys continue forward?
Is there any way we can go around them?
Well, okay, so these tunnels are basically zigzagging lines just circling around like this, like from what you guys can tell from the first 15-20 minutes of travel. Each cavern, there's no like perfect perpendicular separations of corridors. Some of them angle upwards, some of them angle downwards, but it's like you guys are traveling through tunnels where they're just wrapped around each other, like some overlapping the tunnels that have already been made and some of them not. And you guys come to what seems to be a branching off fork in the road for 3 paths ahead, basically. But this little branching area has a bunch of holes in it. So you guys could turn back and find another version of this. You guys have seen some paths branching away and everything, but Kanari has the scent that seems to be leading down one of these.
I say we follow the scent.
Is there any way around it at all? Like, could we
well, you guys can try to step around it. Yeah, definitely. So everybody go ahead and give me just base acrobatics checks as you guys are stepping. So the basically these holes are making so much, like, making it hard to step around, basically. So there's just thin lines, balance beam type stuff sometimes, and sometimes the rock is crumbling. So go ahead and give me, what did you get, Karhale?
Oh wait, just straight dex check. 19.
Or acrobatics or dex?
Or yeah. For me it's the same. Yeah.
19. Shy?
Sorry, what was the check?
Acrobatics check. Anala, what'd you get?
13.
13. Kanari?
Natural 20, 27.
Nice. Okay, so 13 for Anala and then 7. So as you guys are kind of creeping past, trying to balance your way past these little holes in the ground here, you guys look down into the holes and can see what look to be like some sort of sludge. Reminding you of the sludge at the bottom of the wind tunnel, the wind hole. As you guys lose your balance, Shy, you fall into one of these little pits, and Enola, you also fall into one of these little pits.
Can I try to grab one of them?
I would say you can attempt to grab. Well, okay, actually, let me refer to my thing here. I'd say you can try to grab Shy.
Okay.
As the only one who's
try.
near you.
Can I grab Anala or no?
You are not next to Anala. Anala is taking up the rear here.
Okay.
In the order I have written down. So Anala, you fall in, but Shy,
try to grab her?
security. Oh, its hole needs to try to not fall. Okay, so she does not fall, and she can try. She's small though. The main thing is that the weight displacement, like
Inala is small too,
but its hole is pretty strong. You guys see Atoll whip out her arm for Anala as Anala pitches over into one of the holes here. And Atoll grabs her arm and pulls her back up, but then the weight displacement pulls her forward and she falls back inside with Anala. So both of them fall in. And then Shy, Carly, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You whip out your hand as you see Shy losing his balance here.
18.
18. You catch him on the shoulder, shove him back up, and he's good. But you guys look back and see Anala and Atoll falling in and everything. It's easy enough to climb out of. It's only probably like 12 feet down, and it's a soft landing. The main thing is that they come out covered in this viscous fluid. It's all over Anala's back, and it's all over Atoll's side, and plausibly flammable. And she goes, "Oh, that's gross. Ugh." And she's like trying to get off as much of it as she can, but it's still like just all over her body. In essence, Atoll is presently, and Anala will be covered with gasoline for the next period of time. However, until you guys can take a bath to try to get it off. So Anala, go ahead and write down. You have the flammable sludge on you somewhere that you can see it. And then same thing for Atoll. Sludge. Exclamation point. Okay, so as you guys continue keeping going, Kanari, it takes a couple hours for you guys to follow this scent. You guys are going forward and taking different turns down this like swirling cavern here. These tunnels anyway. And it seems odd to you, and as you guys are staying quiet, you're like, okay, it's a good thing that we're being quiet because whatever made these tunnels, some of them seem fresh based on the way the earth feels as you guys are going through and the scent of the earth as you guys are going through. And so to you, it's probably still creating tunnels. And if you guys create sound or something or are loud, you might have drawn it towards you guys in the tunnels here. But you guys don't. You guys all are very quiet as you guys make your way through for the next couple hours. At a certain point, though, within the hours, your thing drops after 1 hour. So do you recast or do we re-roll without? It will. Oh, doesn't matter. Or I'm not supposed to say that.
I will recast it.
Okay. So you recast for the next hour. As you guys continue through, you come upon, within this next hour, Kanari, you do come upon what looks to be a skeleton, actually. And as you, so one, you come to like this big circular bone, almost like half present bone. And you come even further and you see some other bones that are giant, like, you know how whale bones are, like that kind of giant, right? Blue whale bone vibes of an entire tunnel here. As you start stepping through, it's taking up like most of the space of this tunnel, this large circular tunnel. And it occurs to you that this is probably the purple worm, but it was dead and it is no longer moving because the skeletons have fallen at this point in time. So whatever worm was down here was probably this one being used by the Stygian seal.
So now that the worm is dead, it can no longer carve tunnels for them?
Whatever tunnels were made still exist, but this worm is now no longer moving. So the threat of it is alleviated at this point as you guys come upon the skeleton at this point. As you keep moving through, you come to another branching of the tunnels here, and goes left to right, two tunnels to the left and 2 tunnels to the right. You guys coming from one of these tunnels circling around on the right, and you can scent the smell of blood, and so strong here that when you look down and you kind of like reach for the ground, you can feel the dried blood on the ground.
Okay. I mean, I guess we keep going, but I'm just definitely it's dried, so they're still a little bit ahead of us.
You keep going, and as you kind of turn around this corner beyond, you can scent the smell very well. You can also scent other creatures beyond.
Oh.
Do you go around?
They're not.
You can
that
tell
far.
they're like not that far. It's probably about 100 feet down. And it seems like a pretty straight shot based on the vibrations and your tremors.
And it smells like it could be Hong Won-jun with them.
His blood, yes.
I'll kind of stop and I'll like say the rest group. I think they might only be a little ahead of us. I don't know who all's there, but I think it's Hong Won-jun.
Is this through the mind link or out loud?
Since there's more than two people I'm talking to, it probably would be the mind link. Just really quiet.
You can also reiterate it to both if you want. You can like disengage and then say it all.
All right, I'll mind link to a couple, and then I'll mind link to the other couple. Go back and forth.
I mean,
everyone has to raise their hands to speak.
Doesn't work with Kanari.
Oh, you're right. Cough, cough to speak.
Put your hand on Kanari's shoulder if you want to talk.
Tug on her sleeves.
Okay, it might be a lot easier to take down a couple acolytes and then we can have Hongguan Jun fight with us versus following them to where they're going. Well, I mean, we could either follow them to where they're going and they'll take us where we want to go, or we can fight them now, take them down, and have Hongguan Jun on our side.
I don't want to let them take him all the way to their base. Who knows what they'll do with him there?
All right.
And she kind of swings her axe a little bit.
Let's kill some acolytes then.
Finally, for reals this time.
So,
Actually, it's not the first time she's probably killed an acolyte, but it's fine.
you guys are very quiet, and as you guys creep around the edge, you guys see multiple. Oh, well, it's still very dark down here. However, actually, for the acolytes who can't all see with dark vision, there are some torches set up at what looks to be a archway that has some sort of setup door. It doesn't look like a functioning door. It looks more like what's it called? Just an archway with a curtain in front of it.
Wait, what's happened?
You guys have found a room that seems to be where Hongguan Jun is. So the tunnel comes upon this threshold, basically. The tunnel continues backwards as well. However, this way forward is where Hongguan Jun is. And the curtain's kind of obscuring your gaze, but you can sense living creatures beyond it that have not noticed you guys yet.
We're getting ready to fight, by the way.
I think here's an okay time to call the session so we can take up with a fight next session as you guys fight an unnamed number of acolytes.
No, not an unnamed number. There are 4.
Well, you saw 4 dragging Hongguan Jun, dragging him in this direction.
Kanari can sense. She usually
And
can
that was
sense
hours
a number of bodies.
That's true. What'd you say, Kanari?
Oh, I said Kanari can usually sense a number of bodies. You know.
Oh, that's true. Go ahead and roll me perception check for your
Roll
chunk.
me.
Roll me.
21.
Okay. You can sense 12 beyond this
12?
line.
Okay, wow, that's a lot.
Wow.
All right.
And
Holy smokes.
keep in mind that a lot of these guys will have abilities that Kanari has.
Which kind of suck.
Which they do. Looking forward to it. Next week. Oh, here. We'll end it here.
No, you
And
just snipe them from far away. Just snipe.
Yeah.
Snipe.